Alright. Well, we are back now for round 2.
Do we have to fight now?
Maybe. I don't know.
New challenger.
It's up to you guys. We are... Yeah, it's up to you guys whether you fight
I'll
each
just give the
other.
kobold a knife and let the party go after him. I can tell that half the group wants to.
Let him...
Kobold is the new bard boy.
Oh my god. Alright, so anyways, so the... so...
I wasn't there for Bard Boy.
You're lucky.
Don't worry, none of us were there for him.
Yeah. So you guys get into this valley and stuff, and you know that you're supposed to go to like this one particular part of the valley up at the end, like next to where the river sort of enters the valley. It doesn't really matter the details, but it's like it's a pretty scenic view that you guys have when you kind of come over a little rise and enter this place. It's very like Nordic looking almost, and it's an alpine view vista.
Like Swedish Nordic.
I don't know.
Norwegian Nordic.
Probably like Norwegian.
Danish.
I don't know. It's a bunch of like evergreen trees and stuff, and it's very nice looking.
Oh, I thought
very
you were talking
pleasant.
about the buildings. Never mind.
No, there's no buildings.
What buildings?
Yeah, I never. It's just a valley. But so anyway, so you guys enter the valley, and do you guys make any preparations before you get to where you know the entrance is going to be roughly?
Other than being alert, I can't think of anything I'd want to do.
Still. Yeah, no, I can't.
Alright, sounds good. So you reach sort of, as you get to the other side of the valley, you see like this little path that sort of forms and starts leading up, and it looks like this is leading to the general area where you're told this door, this arch would be. So as you follow this little path, then you're walking up, and it sort of like curves around a little bit. There's all these trees around you guys, and finally though you come out above this little rise, or this little like plateau almost, and before you guys is this large arch. It's not huge. It's only like maybe 15 feet tall, 15 feet wide. And below it appears like there used to be maybe sort of like a doorway in place here too, but the doors are no longer here. It just sort of goes into a tunnel system. Actually, it looks like the floor is roughly hewn so that it's not, but it's not like tiled or anything like that. It seems to just be like a tunnel sort of leading off into the darkness here. And
What do I see?
how far can you see?
120 feet.
120 feet. It just looks like the tunnel just goes a good while. It actually, like maybe like 80 feet in, it like curves to the right, and then you can't see anymore because it's around the corner. But it just seems like it doesn't. There's nothing out of the ordinary there.
Okay.
There and above the archway is, or sort of along the top of it, I guess, is those sort of like engravings, those that the northern like sort of runes that you guys have been seeing, and presumably that is where the riddle is.
Right.
That had been copied down for Theravel. But anyways, how do you guys choose to proceed? You just march in with your order?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do any of you guys? Does Anna do like her light thing? It was Anna who had the light thing, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to if I want to see.
Yep.
Sure.
Sounds good. Sounds good. We will assume that you do that then. You use the light
sword.
thing. How long does it? Oh, like how long does
An
it
hour.
last? An hour. Okay, got it.
Yep. And I can just recast it over and over again, so it's fine.
Yep. Sounds good. So, so you guys enter the tunnels, and like I said, they seem to be like sort of roughly hewn. The floor is like sort of smoothed out to the point where it is walkable. It's not just a natural. It's clearly not just a natural tunnel system, although it looks like it used to be. And at the start of this tunnel system, it appears to be just one tunnel leading straight for a good like 10 minutes or so. But eventually you get to a point where it has a crossroads. But at the it's not just a crossroads though. At the crossroads, there is a sign actually it's written in common. It says, head straight to reach to the rest of the temple, and the other ways don't say anything really.
You figures in the other direction.
Maybe it leads to another entrance.
Well, which way do you think we should go then?
Probably the direction that tells us where the temple is.
I agree.
Matt is very distant now.
Yeah, I'm about 3 feet away from my microphone.
All right. No, that's fine. Yeah, so you guys choose to go straight? Or, straight ahead, I guess. Not really, it doesn't need to be straight, but continue on the one true path. Sounds good. So you guys continue.
Got my sword and board out, though.
Alright, yeah, sounds good. So you guys keep going, and it is pretty winding, and you feel like you're going deeper the whole time, gently. It's not like straight downhill or anything it's not like stairs. It's just sort of slowly going down and curving around in different ways. And eventually, after, maybe, like I said, maybe 10 minutes of this or so, you guys are going along, but all of a sudden you feel some shaking on the ground. It goes it makes almost like an audible noise. And you feel the ground shake underneath you guys a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit.
What blazes is that?
It's not like a...
Oh.
It's not like it's... what's the best way to try this? It doesn't feel like it's right underneath you or anything, or right above you. It kind of... none of you guys are like dwarves or anything, so you wouldn't necessarily be able to know how far away these rumblings are coming from, but it doesn't seem like it's right here next to you guys, wherever it is or whatever it is.
Nox will unload her crossbow, and then it disappears, and she pulls out her shield and summons a star.
All right, sounds good. When you guys press on.
Yeah, Anna keeps kind of glancing around at the cave walls. Kind of worried now that something might collapse.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that, so you're attentive, and yeah, so you guys go a little more, maybe another 20 seconds passes, and then there's another one of these rumbles. Still, nothing has changed, it doesn't feel closer, it doesn't feel stronger, but you feel another one of these things. You guys, keep going. About 30 seconds later, another one of these rumbles. However, this time, you hear something else, too. You actually hear a shout. Just you hear one shout. It's very, very distant. It's very faint. It's almost like it's to the point where it's you guys kind of doubt you even heard it, but you're pretty sure that you heard this shout ring out, and it sounded like sort of like a high-pitched shout. And it's so far you couldn't even tell what language it was in or anything, but it was definitely sounded like someone shouting.
You all heard that, right?
I think so.
Yes.
Heard what?
You're in the lead, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, you're in the lead.
I was being a little meta there.
Yeah.
Don't you meta me.
So, do you guys keep going then?
Yeah.
I guess we'll get some answers one way or another.
All right. So you guys, you guys keep going. After a few more seconds, as you guys are drawing closer to whatever this noise is, you hear some more shouts. And as you guys start getting closer, you go around a couple more curves. There's a couple more rumbles as well. And
do the shouts sound panicked?
Slightly so. Yeah, they're more urgent, I would say, not panicked. So, as you guys get a little closer, then you guys can hear the shouting a little better, these noises a little better. You even hear, so you start to hear this low, like whenever those big like rumblings happen, you hear like a sound before it. Now it's sort of like deep and that I was really good accompanying things.
Right there.
Yeah, but it's sort of like a. It's sort of like a low rumbling noise that goes along with the ground rumbling, so that you couldn't really distinguish it before, but now you definitely hear that. You also are able to tell as you get a little closer, one of the high-pitched voices, the more high-pitched voices, is, it seems to be, you guys don't understand, well, I don't think you understand what I'm saying, but you can tell that it's in Goblin. None of you speak Goblin, right?
No.
Okay. But you can kind of tell that...
I'll look at...
I don't.
Yeah.
I'll look at Grizzles. Do you know Goblin, by chance?
He shrugs and he goes, no.
I want to make an insight check to make sure he's not lying.
Alright. It sounds good.
Insight. Nope.
He doesn't seem to be lying. But yeah, so you hear what sounds to be goblins, like goblin speaking up ahead, and then as you get even closer, then it's definitely goblins. And then you start to, you hear like some clashes of metal and stuff. It's not really the sound of metal clashing on metal. It's like metal, it sounds more like a hollow thud, like dong dong. It's like almost like when you bounce a sword off of like a wall or something. And yeah, so you hear this stuff going on. And meanwhile, you're getting closer. This is all happening pretty quickly. I'm pausing to take the time to describe this, but it's not too far away. And eventually, you guys get to this one part of the tunnel where like it's maybe 100-foot long, a couple 100-foot long stretch even. And at the end, you can see it curves around to the left, and you see actually some not shadows, but just like light being cast from whatever is beyond that corner down into this corridor. It seems like whatever is in that next area up ahead there is lighting in there, and you hear these noises, and they seem to be coming from whatever is waiting in there. You guys move forward towards this corner. It's a couple 100 feet away, like I said.
Yeah, I'll get rid of the light on my sword when we get closer to it.
All right, sounds good. Yeah. So you guys start to get a little closer after maybe only you've moved maybe 30 feet. So just a few seconds later, then you hear that low, like rumbling, sort of bellowing noise. Like it sort of emits this really, almost like you don't know why. Like you don't really. It's kind of hard to describe, but it sounds like that same like noise, except it sounds more pained now. It's pretty easy to tell that whatever is making that noise sounds pained. And then you hear a large thud on the ground. That sounded different than the other rumbling that was happening, where it was shaking underneath your feet. Now it just goes thud, and then you hear some cheering from Goblin. What? Cheering, like a yeah, from what sounds to be like a goblin or two.
Are they killing something in there?
I have no idea.
True Fight Club.
So
how close are we to being able to see what's going on?
So you're like maybe like 100 feet from the corner. You were a little over 100 feet before, maybe a little less. Doesn't really matter, it's a good
all right,
little distance.
Well, let's see here. Do I want to burn a spell slot or two just to go check?
Good question.
Fuck it. I'm going to put my sword away and tell everyone to wait here and pull out my viol and play a tune and disappear.
Okay.
I'm gonna go check it out.
What is this? The mechanics of this though? I'm
invisible.
Okay, it's just an invisibility spell.
Yep.
All right, sounds
Concentration an hour.
Sounds good.
Ends if I take action, I believe, or if I attack something, I believe.
Yeah, makes sense.
If you
it's
for the target that attacks or casts a spell.
Yep. I'm assuming the only way you could be seen is like with True Sight or whatever. So.
Yep.
Yeah. Blind
Which-
side, true side, stuff like that would
Which
be able to
luckily
detect me.
for me,
I
no,
can
I'm
still
just
be
kidding.
heard, so I'm
just
still going
messing.
to have to stealth. It's just that they'll never see me.
Yeah, no, I got you.
And they're being plenty noisy too. So.
All right, sounds good. So you vanish in the air, and you know the rest of the group. You wait back a little ways. You guys can sort of hear, and so as Anna's drawing closer now, walking her way towards the corner, all of you hear sort of like talking now, and it surprises you guys, but the ones talking are not goblins, and so Anna, you'll see who it is in a second, but you guys all hear talking. It is not in Goblin, it is not in Common. I don't think any of you know this language. What are some of the weird languages you guys know? Do any of you know any weird ones?
I know Common, Elven, Draconic, Halfling, and Primordial.
Okay.
Common, Elven, and Dwarven.
Common orc dwarf.
I posted mine.
Okay. So then none of you know this one. But there is some talking going on. The rest of you that are back there, you can't really even hear it that well. You can just hear talking. Anna, you come to the corner, and you don't really poke your head around the corner. You just walk around the corner. You're invisible.
Oh yeah, I'll just blatantly walk very carefully around the corner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you walk around the corner, and you find yourself entering what appears to be a large cavern. You know, it's similar to that one that we had that combat in with the little, centipede things. But it is a lot bigger than that. It's this is like a couple hundred. This is like maybe 100 feet tall or more. A couple hundred feet wide, a couple hundred feet long. At the end of it is at the opposite end from the side you're entering is a another big archway sort of, except this one is like there's staircases leading up from both sides and then they meet in the middle, and then that sort of goes off into that tunnel, so it's a little bit above you currently. This is a big cavern. The light that you guys had all seen is being cast from torches, which are now actually have been sort of stuck in the ground at different places in sort of the middle of this cavern, where you see quite a few things. So let's let me find my stuff. You see. Let's start from the bottom, work our way up. There are 6 goblins, 2 hobgoblins. There is where is it? One second. There are 8 kobolds. There are 2 of these other draconic creatures, and I'll describe them for you in a second, but the basics is they look to be like they're the size of maybe like a pony or a small horse, they're big, like they're quite large, and they look pretty much like a miniature dragon almost, but they don't look like they are baby dragons, if that makes any sense. They seem to be some other sort of draconic creature that looks like a normal, roughly like a normal dragon, except shrunk down proportionally.
All right.
There's 2 of those things, and they both sort of are like standing. They look like they are sort of like standing next to the kobolds, almost like leading them or something. There are also 4 Avriels. And right now, so I should actually describe this a little better. They're split into 2 groups, sort of. There are the kobolds and these draconic things on one side, sort of. They look like they're talking between the 2 groups, almost like negotiating or something. On the other side are the goblins. There's 2 hobgoblins. I was just going to get to that. Or did I say that? Yeah, okay. I'm all out of order now. There's 6 goblins, 2 hobgoblins, and 4 Avriels, each of which is carrying a longbow. Wait, actually, I got to double check. longbow and a short sword. The two of them have like the short sword drawn. Two of them have the longbow drawn. They're not holding it at the ready per se, but they have them out. So there's those things, along with the goblins and hobgoblins on one side. There are also, though, two cloaked humanoids. They look the size of humans, but you can't really see anything about them yet. There are two of them, and they are the ones talking in this tongue that you can't understand. One of them is sort of standing next to, sort of closer to the draconic side, and the other one is standing on the other side. And they are, again, you don't understand what they're saying. They seem to be maybe negotiating, planning. It's not, the tone of voice, it doesn't sound angry or anything like that, basically. It sounds like a, pretty business tone of voice.
All right.
That's
Do you-
pretty business.
So that is, let me actually make sure that that's everything here. That is the situation. They're in the middle of the room. There's some, I forgot one thing. They have some torches that it appears that they have put in the ground at different places. So the room is illuminated. But there's also, I should have, of course I needed to mention this, and I forgot. There is also, though, a little ways away on one side, is what appears to be like this giant, not giant per se, but very large, almost like kind of humanoid figure, but kind of almost like a troll-looking thing that is made out of rock, though, and is collapsed on the ground.
So some sort of golem.
Something like that, maybe. I don't know.
What would I roll to
We're
know?
fighting another
Yeah.
Kass.
You actually, that's a good idea. You can roll. You can roll history.
I probably know what golems are.
Yeah, but you're not seeing this though. Not
You're
yet.
not there.
It's true. All the hands.
But yeah, you can
Invisibility, son.
roll a history.
Yeah.
I don't
roll
know
what?
that spell yet.
Yeah, boy.
No,
So
son.
Carhax, yeah,
Son.
you can roll a
Oh,
history
sorry.
check if you'd like, and I'll tell you if you know what this thing is.
Arcana?
Or well, actually, yeah, I would say that works. Arcana works, yeah. Or you could do Arcana or history. Honestly, I think either one could apply.
Same either way.
Yeah. Okay. This it looks like some sort of elemental creature. It is made out of stone, but
Some sort of construct. Or
yeah, but
elemental.
you don't know exactly like what it is.
All right. So presumably they were fighting this thing, and that's why
Yeah, and
all
there
that noise was happening.
there are-
there any wounded creatures?
so I was just gonna say there are 2 dead goblins on the ground too, beyond the 6 I already mentioned, and they're near that thing.
All right. Fuck. And you say there's stairs on the other end of the room, right?
Yeah.
I want to try and go over there and see what's up the stairs.
It sounds good. Meanwhile, this talking is continuing. And also, does the rest of the group just stay like they were told to?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. So Anna goes and passes by them. I guess.
Yeah, I want to stay as far away from especially the
Yeah.
dragon things as possible.
I am gonna make you roll a stealth check just to make sure you don't knock any rocks over, that sort of thing.
Falls flat on my face.
Yeah, exactly. But it'll be very easy because the visual thing is the biggest thing normally. so.
It's when it's easy that you roll a natural one.
Yeah. Let's we'll see.
Let's hope.
All right.
No, you're fine.
You're sneaking to where? Again?
I'm sneaking to the staircase
On the opposite
and the
side
cave
of
on
this
the opposite side of the
cavern.
room, presuming that they were after something that they killed the guardian for.
So you
least that's what I'm
make it
thinking.
over there, and there are these staircases that lead up either side to the same point at the top, where there's this other archway, this other gateway almost.
Yeah,
and,
I would just take the furthest one from the group,
yeah, and,
or either or if they're in the exact center.
Yeah. I mean, they're pretty much in the southern room. It's maybe 100 feet beyond them on the other end of this room. You walk up these stairs here, and sort of look down through this archway, It appears like there's a tunnel that goes maybe... well, actually, you can't really see too far is one thing. But it appears to just be another tunnel leading off into the darkness.
And the group down in the cave seems to be still engrossed with talking to each other?
Let's see. It's probably been like about a minute or so. Yeah, they're talking.
My name being said?
I'm
No.
going to go a ways down the cave,
Right?
and let's see here. Yeah, I can do that. Once I'm to the point where the light won't show, I'm going to light a candle and
Okay.
kind of hold my hand over so I can see where I'm going and see if there's anything I can see down
Okay.
in this cave.
Sounds good. So you do that. You go a little ways down, and you use your candle, and you are able to see, like enough to see what the general gist of the layout here is. It appears to be a tunnel for a good little ways, and then after maybe like less than 100 feet for sure, not too far at all. It was probably just outside what you could have seen illuminated from that entrance. Then it opens up into this sort of like a tinier cavern here, and again the walls and stuff all have the same texture of like roughly hewn floors, rough rock walls. This cavern has you sort of like explore a second and are able to pretty easily figure out that this cavern is like a crossroads almost. There's the way you came from leading in, and if you're going straight from there, there's a right and a left path, and those are both tunnels that lead off in either direction.
And there's no signage or anything?
Nope, no signage at all. It does actually... one thing I would say is that it does actually seem like there is in this little cavern, then like part of the floor in one part of the room is actually... It looks like it is like... there is tile, it's just that a lot of it has been covered over with rubble and stuff.
Alright. Well, I'm going to start heading back the way I came.
Right, I'm assuming you extinguish the candle once you...
Yeah, once I start heading that way.
Yep, and about the time that you reach the staircases again in that main cavern, then the people talking, they sort of... It looks like they sort of are wrapping up. And so then the there's the two cloaked figures like I described, and one of them, the one that was sort of closer to the draconic creatures, it turns to them and starts speaking in draconic.
I do the best I can to memorize what they say.
Yeah, because
like even if I don't get the meaning.
Sounds good. Well, so yeah, like because the rest of the group is still out of earshot to really hear what they're saying.
Yeah, I basically want to try and be able to replicate what they're saying to the people that I know can understand it.
And the other person that was on the goblinoid and Avriel side, they turn to the people following them, and they talk in common, so you understand it, obviously. And let me real quick look at something before I tell you what they say. Hold on. And you hear the voice of this person, and it does sound actually like you couldn't really tell before when they were speaking in whatever other language that was. But now you can tell that this is it sounds like a female voice.
All right.
And this lady says to them, she says in common to this group of goblinoids and Avriels, she says, "All right, it is determined. We will go to the... Oh God, wait, let me find what it is. We will go the route of the riddle and try to set up camp there to solve it."
They say they're going going to the camp to solve something?
No, well, she says that we're
We're
gonna
going
set.
to camp to solve it.
Yeah, she says we're gonna set up camp there and solve it.
All right. And are they heading
Well, so they break
one way or the other?
They break at this point, or like they, she like the two cloaked figures like nod at each other, and then they both start heading towards the staircases.
All right. Have I gotten down the staircase at this point?
Yeah, you're off the staircase. You're fine.
Okay.
Um,
Just those two, though.
No, their groups follow them. So the groups they were standing next to follow them.
So they're all heading up the staircase.
They all head up together. You can actually tell the goblins and the kobolds actually are sort of like they're trying to stay away from each other. It looks like they're sort of like sneering at each other a little bit.
Huh.
And you even hear one of the goblins say, "Didn't you see that we did all the work back there?" in common. And
right.
and one of the kobolds just spits at his feet. It's a cultural thing, you see.
All right. Once I can safely get past them, I'm going to head back to the group.
Alright, sounds good. Yep, so you head back to the group. The group heard the the talking. They could maybe pick up a word or two from the lady that was speaking common, but then they heard the voices getting further away, definitely. And now Anna just comes back and appears out of the darkness.
Oh, I'm still invisible.
Okay, got it.
No reason to drop it yet. It's only been like 15 minutes, probably.
Less than that. Yeah. So what do you...
So, I guess... I don't know. I don't know if they'd hear me coming. I just randomly start talking.
Yeah.
So, there's hooded figures down there leading groups of goblins and kobolds. They killed some sort of guardian. And they're speaking of camping and solving some riddle, right? Yeah.
Like the riddle that Therivold mentioned?
I don't know. I wasn't able to understand most of what they were saying. They were speaking in strange languages. There was something said in Draconic, and I try and repeat it to Grizzles and Elwyn, I guess. I don't know if she actually knows it or just was using comprehensive languages. I can't remember. But I'll just... I'll try and parrot back what I heard.
I think Elowen knows it.
Knows what?
Draconic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, since you were saying you were going to try to make a conscious effort to try to repeat what they said, I'll let you do let's see, what would that be to memorize something said in a different language on the spot? Performance? That would that makes sense. Yeah. Roll for me a performance check, and we'll see how much you got out of it. Okay.
Oh God. That was a bad roll.
Wow.
So Anna says some stuff or tries to speak what she had heard.
I was busy hearing the commentary.
She tried to say what she heard in Draconic. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like without a grasp of the phonetics of Draconic, she wasn't really able to repeat a lot of value. But there are a couple words in there. For instance, Elowen, you hear the word riddle. You also hear watch. You hear the word watch. And we'll say that you understand it's in the context to be on watch or something, or on guard or something.
On guard.
But that's about it.
You really don't know how to speak Draconic.
Well, it wasn't that bad for not knowing the language. I think.
Yes, it was.
I swear at her in Dwarven.
Oh.
I understand that.
Ulf laughs or something. That's funny.
And I guess they don't see me turning to anyone. I speak to Grizzles and describe the draconic-looking things and ask him if he knows what those are.
Yeah, he's like, oh no, those are the older, more powerful ones that I was telling you about.
Wait, you turned into that?
No, kind of. It's a long story, but those are those are the ones that our Lord uses to lead us. He doesn't ever leave his lair. So those things are his main servants that tell us what to do.
Oh, your direct bosses.
There's only 4 of them.
And 2 of them are here. Jeez.
I guess so. That's why I'm worried.
Your father must be very invested in what's going on here.
I wouldn't know. We should be careful there. Those things are... they're obviously not stronger than me, but they're still, they're still pretty strong.
Yes, I don't know if we have the numbers to take on all of them, but we should definitely try and figure out what they're doing here. I'll also mention that they don't seem to trust each other very much, the goblins and the kobolds. Might be useful.
Makes sense.
Alright. What do?
Well, did you happen to see where the temple is from that direction?
I saw some tiled floors down the further cavern, but I didn't feel like I had time to do much more exploration, especially considering I can't see in the dark.
Well, if that cavern is totally cleared out.
Yes, we should be safe to advance to the next chamber at the very least, but yeah, we'll. I'll go ahead and make sure that they didn't leave anyone behind. Follow behind.
All right.
Alright.
All right, I'll advance again and make sure that there's no one looking at the cavern anymore.
Yeah, so there is, so you make sure, and no, there is no one watching the cavern anymore, this main cavern. So you guys walking in see the same thing that Anna had seen. You see this giant, like, some sort of elemental stone creature that has fallen and is laying there dead. You see near it...
I know what that is.
Roll for me a Arcana or History check. I mean, yeah, I think we're the same.
They're the same.
Yeah.
Wow, all these bad rolls. I'm so studied.
You...
And I just roll bad.
It is some sort of elemental stone creature. Probably, magically imbued with life. But yeah.
Damn.
But yeah.
-1.
So the group, you enter this cavern. You see this. They left a couple torches in here actually, but it seems like they took most of them with them. And yeah. So Anna, you I'm assuming are like ahead of the group by 30 feet or so, or 60 feet. I don't know. And
Yeah, something like that.
And then so you'd have time to just run back and tell them to stop if they need to. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so you guys make your way up these staircases, or one of the staircases that leads up to this sort of overlook point. Behind you, you can see the whole cavern laid out. And so then you see in front of you what I described to Krigox before. There's this tunnel here leading straight in into further into the mountain or wherever.
So we went up the staircase?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I imagine I'm probably just kind of blindly like touching the wall going forward right now.
Well, so yeah, so when you get to this point, you guys are able to see, however, from where you're standing at the entrance to this like new tunnel, you guys can see that there's the cavern up ahead, the smaller cavern, and you see light coming from there. It's pretty much a straight tunnel though, so you see the light, and you actually see the source of it is there's a couple torches set up. There's at least one torch set up from where you can see in this cavern, this small cavern. It doesn't seem like there's any creatures in there from the angle you're at.
Alright, I guess I will go forward again.
Right. Yep, so you make it to this cavern, and there's no one in the cavern. There are a few torches that are also next to either of those branching off tunnels.
Alright, instead of going back, I'll pick up a torch temporarily and wave it around behind me and put it back.
Alright, yeah. So, the group meets up here, and so here's the thing is that there's no one in here, like I said. The torches are there's two torches next to either tunnel that is leading off of this cavern. Let's see. I'm trying to think about the timing of this. And there's also like, you can actually see down either direction, either tunnel. Occasionally, you can see along the wall there. It goes pretty straight in both directions for a little while before it curves off. And you actually see on the wall there are like these torches that are lit now. In both directions.
Seems like they split up when they got to this point.
Which way do we go?
I couldn't send my familiar down the other way.
That sounds like a decent idea.
So, which is the way we're going? Right.
Well, you read a book from left to right, so let's go left.
Sure.
That's such a element thing
So
to
the
say.
familiar goes right?
Yes. I summon my familiar and it goes right.
Okay. Sounds good. So the familiar goes to the right. What's your familiar again?
It's an owl.
An owl. Okay.
A snowy owl.
Does it what do you tell it to do if it runs into trouble or anything?
I tell it to go down the right path and run away out of the... Are we in like a cave? I can't remember.
It's like tunnels.
We're at a branching point between where there's a cave.
Yeah,
going
this is like a
to the
little
left and right.
cavern area.
There's some tile
I'm
floors
just going to tell it
buried
to
under
run
rubble,
away
but it's
if it
mainly
finds
just a cave.
trouble.
Alright, sounds good. You tell it to run away if it finds trouble. Sounds good. And you guys go left?
Yeah.
Alright, that sounds good. So, you start heading to the left. And I'm assuming you're still being cautious, still have Anna leading by a bit.
Yeah.
Alright. So, so you guys go for about 45 minutes, and at which point the spell wears off.
Yeah.
Occasionally,
It's still lit up though, right?
yeah, there are these torches that they essentially there are. You would have figured this out right after starting going, but there are these torches lit in like torch holder spots on the wall that were already there. So it looks like that there were meant to be, like, the torches were already there, it seems. They just had to be lit up.
Alright, so I guess I'd just be carefully leading
Yeah.
if I can see.
Yeah, sounds good.
Being sneaky.
Yeah, and so occasionally, though, when you guys are going, you do hear like noises break out, starting at about like after you've been going for like maybe 30 minutes or so. It seems like you're starting to catch up to the group here, whatever group this is, and so you start to hear like not yells, but like laughter occasionally, maybe even like sort of raucous laughter.
Yeah, since I'm ahead, I'd probably start hearing it first, so I kind of look behind me and motion for everyone to try and be quiet behind me.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, when it does sound more like goblin laughter than kobold laughter, but they do have pretty similar laughs.
All right.
And so I'm assuming you guys, if you start hearing them too close, you would hang back a little bit.
Yeah, we want to let them get where they're going, I think.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. So as you guys are going, then after 45 minutes passed, then the spell wears off, and you guys keep going. Another 30 or 45 minutes pass, just winding through. It gets a little bit rougher at times, and takes more time for that reason. But it's also just like a really, really long tunnel. It just seems to be going on. At one point, even you pass through this large sort of like cavern that is actually lit up by bioluminescent sort of like stuff in a little pool there. And there's nothing really much of note, but there, this sort of pathway leads through this cave at this one cavern at this one point in time. But
so we're in a cavern with like glowing water.
Yeah,
basically?
yeah. There's like some sort of bioluminescent life in the water.
That's pretty.
Yep. And so you guys keep going, and and pretty soon after that, then you hear the voices getting closer. And
Implying they've stopped and we're getting... Okay.
yeah, exactly. So you guys, I'm assuming, slow down, and you realize that they have seemed to stop. And so you get to the point where you're pretty sure that they're around the next corner. They don't sound too far away beyond that.
All right. Does anyone understand Goblin?
No. So
Rip.
So I can hear it, correct?
I mean, you could cast a spell to understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of me.
Yeah.
I could too. I just don't want to burn another spell.
You guys
right
are close enough
Yeah.
to be within like listening distance this time. Yeah.
All right.
Does it just sound like they're talking? No.
You
I'm going.
You occasionally, I would say, the one thing is that so Anna, since you had already been close enough, you can actually recognize that the woman's voice is one of the voices. She is talking in Goblin still, but her voice is one of the voices.
All right.
Do you guys want me to comprehend languages or something?
I actually can't understand you when you whisper.
Do you want me to cast comprehend languages or something? It would take me a couple minutes. Actually, it would take me an hour and 10 minutes.
Wait.
Comprehend
It would
languages
take 10
takes an hour.
Well, if you cast it as a ritual.
Ritual
I know,
casting.
I know,
It would take only slightly more than 10 minutes.
But yeah, it would take an hour and 6 seconds.
Oh,
no, it
that's
would take
the
10
duration.
minutes. Ritual casting is 10 minutes. Though.
I read the
Sorry, yeah,
duration as
you're
the
right.
casting
You're right.
time.
It lasts for an hour.
Yeah.
I guess if we were smarter, we would have actually been doing this as we were following them, because I could do that too. But rip.
Can you move and cast a ritual at the same time, though?
I actually don't know.
Don't think so. Anyway,
I would say no.
Yeah. So what do you guys do?
If she's offering the ritual cast comprehend languages, I'll say sure, and
don't
kind
you
of
think that would be a little bit loud?
stay back further. That, or would you rather just attack them then?
Yes, actually.
Try and take the robed one alive then. You need to know what the hell they're doing here, not just get rid of them.
I suppose since you ask kindly.
Alright, well, do you want to this loud or sneaky beaky like?
Well, we've traveled, an hour away from the other group? I think we can be as loud as necessary.
Although a little bit of tact could help.
How confined are they?
You guys haven't looked around the corner. I don't think.
We haven't eyeballed yet.
How confined is the space they're in?
I don't know.
'Cause,
Why? Do you have a plan?
you know the firework I did during the show?
You want to smoke them out or something?
No. If I make the big fireworks happen, it blinds them if they're within 10 feet.
But you need to cast that spell.
Does that mean you blinded everybody in the bar?
No, they weren't within 10 feet.
And he was doing
I don't
smoke,
think-
not...
Yeah, I don't think he chose to do that. Or no, he did the fireworks part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, yeah. He probably would have been.
Just
She
pretend
probably would have
that-
been careful about that. So
I feel like the ceiling probably
Made everyone put welding glasses on first.
And we also made them sign a waiver.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't have them suing.
Yeah, any NPC in D&D has to sign a waiver, really.
Hmm?
Yeah. In order to be born, they have to sign a waiver.
yeah. So I would say like, so the corner that you guys are like behind that they're around. They've been talking from around for a while. It's like if you were to be stealthy about it, like you could probably sneak off a glance without them seeing you. You of course don't know what they're doing on the other side. They could be looking actively behind them, maybe. I mean, probably not, but they could be. But it is a possibility. It's not like you guys are too close, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
I'll go take a look.
But if we're gonna do this, let's do this.
All right.
I'm gonna go take a peek around the corner.
I will slowly and as quietly as I can draw my rapier.
Does so? All right. So Ulf is gonna look first before you guys do other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In that
What do I see?
well, in that case, I'm gonna make you roll me a stealth first.
Fucking rip.
Well, I mean, what do you expect? It's regardless of whether they're looking like it's just to see.
Doesn't he have disadvantage because he's wearing big armor?
Yeah.
I rolled disadvantage.
Yeah, he did.
13's pretty decent considering.
Yeah,
That's
Hold
a
on.
plus 0.
Hold on 1 second. Let me
I mean that's really good considering
Yeah.
it is average.
let me check something.
And they have no particular reason to be looking for people, so.
Yeah. Let me just look through.
As long as one of
want
them
a
doesn't have a
Scooby-Doo.
fucking passive perception of 15 or some bullshit.
I want to Scooby-Doo look around the corner.
Hold
Just
on 1 second.
obscenely high up around the corner.
Okay,
Just
hold on. I'm just looking through my the passive perceptions, maybe. How would you guys know?
I think the answer's no.
Hold on 1 second. Okay. So you Ulf, you peek your head around the corner, and what you see is what I had described before from the goblinoid half of that group or whatever. There are 6 goblins, 2 hobgoblins, 4 Avriel dudes, or ladies, it doesn't matter. 4 Avriels, they don't have their weapons drawn now, and a cloaked figure, all of whom are standing in what appears to be another, like a sort of a little opening up in this cavern space, discussing stuff, sort of like loosely milling around. Like mostly it's the cloaked figure talking to the hobgoblins, it seems like, and the goblins are sort of like goofing off or something, it seems. It looks like this corridor space, it widens up and then it narrows down again. And it looks like you can kind of tell that there's also maybe another third route. It's a split again, sort of going off one direction, and they're talking sort of in front of that entranceway. However, so that's what you see. However, it's unfortunate, but one of the Avriels happens to be looking in your rough directions. They're sort of positioned so that they weren't even really looking at you, but they were looking at the cloaked figure from the other side of the cloaked figure, and you happen to be right behind them. So pretty much not even out of the corner of their eye. Like they just see this movement happen over the shoulder of this person that they're listening to. And it does look like they see you as they point at you and yell out.
And then while he's pointing at me, all he sees is underneath me, like Scooby-Doo. There's always like the people.
Yeah.
Looking up. There's me at the top, and then just my middle finger coming out below me.
When Nox hears the yelling, she casts dark on herself.
All right, and we'll.
In other words, we are all plunged
We are
into
all
darkness.
blind.
And we're going.
Suddenly, they're not seeing an orc; they're seeing blackness.
We're gonna roll initiative at that point.
Drop us in.
I have to prepare something real quick.
Bam.
I realize
Wow.
I realized I don't have the lighting set up on this map. It's very simple though, so no problem. Just give me a second. Oh god. No,
To be honest, though, I'm like, even if we hadn't been spotted, I'm not sure what we would have really done in prep other than like sneak attacking them beforehand. So,
Ouch.
oh well.
How do you get a
12.5.
12.15.
How do you get?
12.15. Yeah, you're
What's
right.
the mod
They're
to
doing
it?
tiebreaker for dexterity. Like if you both rolled a 12, it'd be whoever has higher
Yeah.
dexterity.
See,
That's the
logically,
point.
we would all select our tokens and roll initiative, so
And
that
then there would be the
poetry would
initiative
have
counter
a
on the
nice
Yeah, but that's lame
initiative
though.
tracker.
I
which would just
prefer.
be a
I
lot
would-
more
I
convenient.
prefer to kill
I-
trees instead.
I would like to re-roll initiative
I-
in the way that Purplex
So I would say
suggested.
Also, though, Matt, do you when do you have to? You have to
That's not the way it
go
works.
eventually, right? So how much time do you have basically? Do we have enough time for this combat?
Hour,
Okay.
maybe.
I'm just. It's up to
So
you.
maybe.
I can go as long as we need to. I'm just not. I don't want to
Well, I've
make
just
you
got-
stay.
I've got a.
Because if we needed to,
Kinda
we could end with a
early
cliffhanger now. But I would prefer not to do that. Obviously, I'm sure you guys
I
wouldn't.
mean, that would be one way to start next session is a fight.
It's,
Yeah, let's just immediately do combat at the
It
start of
is
session.
100% up to you guys, and mainly
mean-
Matt. But oh god, no, don't do that. Well,
I'd be fine doing combat at the start and end of every session.
I'm okay with whatever.
I'm fine to keep going now.
I think it's
I
up
would be
to
fine
Matt really.
if we only
Um,
did combat for the whole entire thing.
I would.
So you want to
I
go
don't
with
think I would.
3.5 rules?
I don't
here
think I could just
when it
set
comes
up
to
that much combat and have it still be interesting all the time.
Well, see,
no,
at that
I
point,
just-
you would just use Dawn
I
Zone
just
and
want to.
generate
I just
dungeons.
want to run. I just want to be in a fully evil campaign where every village possible we just kill everybody.
Oh my god. All right, hold
I'll
on.
bring
I'm
Rain
just
back.
I'm getting a couple things set up. Last
Or
things.
Rihanna. I'm not sure.
'Cause
See, what would happen is there'd be an endless string of adventurers trying to kill us because we're the big bad.
Actually, yeah, this is a good moment if
Yeah.
you want to get a quick something to drink or eat. Get a snack now. This would be a good time because I'm gonna still have to get everything. The rest.
I
of
feel
it
like you
set
didn't
up.
expect the combat to happen.
Oh no, I did. I just didn't expect. I had a. I didn't necessarily think it'd be on this map. Let's just say that.
What, you thought we were going to fight the whole group in that other map?
No. I didn't even have that map prepared. That would have been theater of the mind. No. But you don't need to know. But
If I had the better version of invisibility, which only lasts a minute, but you can attack, I totally would have taken one of these goblin arrows that I have and shot one of the kobolds in the ass and make them fight each other.
so for the, do you guys have any objections if for the order I just use the marching order because it already works with Ulf being in front. Ulf
I
knocks.
have no idea what you just said.
Well, you guys mind if I use the marching order to put you in? Ulf is already at the front, so Ulf knocks Elowen, Anna, Kass could be wherever. I don't know.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, I'm at the back, and I'm assuming the kobold is probably near me most of the
I
time.
don't care where
Does-
I am
and does-
because I can't see.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's
None
true.
of them can see.
Yeah. I'm working on getting you guys set up, and then I just gotta drop in the enemies, and we'll be good.
Don't worry, I'm gonna move.
But yeah, no, I wasn't.
You at least know where forward is.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
Yeah.
which direction I'm facing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just need
so
to.
as long as
The,
you
the
don't
best
move
part is
at
the only
all.
one that's going to, the only ones that are going to have like a hope of knowing what's going on in that room are Ulf, who saw it before it went dark,
Oh god.
and
So-
our darkness.
Kobold Boy doesn't even have a weapon, does he? Like,
Who?
I don't think so. Kobold.
Grizzles.
Nah.
Yeah.
If we have to leave him manacled, do you think we trust him with a dagger?
No, I didn't think so. I was just making sure.
I don't think he'd be able to use it anyway. Hands are all tied up.
That's true.
Like, there might come a time where I'm like, hey, you want to earn your keep? But I don't know. Might have to happen. First, the little fucker might be like, ooh, shiny dagger, and just run away.
Or try to eat it.
I would prefer if he ate
I
it.
highly doubt he would try to eat the dagger.
I don't know. Kobolds are pretty stupid.
They're actually
Yeah.
not. As far as I can remember. They're weak. And nasty, but I
Let's
don't...
see here.
I mean,
Just
they're definitely not the smartest. I don't think they're stupid to the point where it's like, oh, a dagger, munch, munch, munch.
I mean, very few things are.
Intelligence.
Yeah.
So they're on the level of Ulf.
okay. Hold
I'm
on.
smarter.
I don't know.
Almost done.
Now that you say that, he might eat a dagger.
Oh my god.
That's also assuming that poetry is using just like normal stats.
Never assume poetry is using anything.
Hey, Perplex, do you have an extra bird boy token like you'd use? I just realized I don't actually have one for a generic Avriel.
Hey, I got one for you.
Okay, that'd be.
Not the ones that you have. They're not the bird boys that are in your game, no.
Wow, what's that
There's
supposed to mean?
there's 2 images that exist that look like your bird boys.
I mean,
Wow.
these don't look like his bird boy either.
That's fine. It just has to look like a humanoid bird of any type, really. I'm not going to be too picky for a last minute thing.
This is all that I have.
Oh my god, that's epic. I love it. Yeah, we're going to use that. It's
That's one
You
of
can-
my players.
You can definitely just use like the classic Hancock.
Oh my
bird.
god.
That's my favorite.
That's true. You
That
could.
one's pretty good, but I don't have it uploaded to here, so...
I'm sitting
I
here
do.
debating.
It's in my thing. You can just pull them out of my character sheet.
Do you think if I offer that kobold like a gold piece, he'd fucking go after these goblins?
I don't know. I will leave that decision up to you. But
Did we see, or did I see other kobolds around the corner?
no.
It's
no
goblins.
Goblins.
Goblins, hobgoblins,
Goblins,
Avriels.
2 hobgoblins, 6 goblins, 4 Avriels, and a cloaked figure who is
Yeah.
female.
Yeah, and roughly human in size, so human elf something, but not like a halfling or probably not an orc. You get it.
A medium-sized female
Yeah,
humanoid.
exactly, boyo.
Or a skeleton. Spoopy.
Okay, almost done. I apologize for the delay. There's a lot of things to set up here.
Somebody has some drink again. That way I can actually keep talking.
Yeah, no, like I said, now is a good time to take a break if you need to.
You did say that.
I just have to find...
I was just using my shadow clone jutsu over here. Don't worry.
Okay. That works. Let me... Oh, wowie! Now I got to... Wow. I will drop you guys... But I still have to
Fucking
do...
drop you first.
I still have to do initiative for
Never
them.
drop me.
I
My
gotta write...
parents already dropped me.
Wow. Wait, I don't know if that means
Explain-
like... never mind.
Explains your intelligence.
Never
I
mind.
mean, like, I believe it though, so
Okay, hold on.
it's okay.
So I still gotta get some other stuff. Oh! Ah! I almost dropped my Manster manual. Never mind me.
Yes.
The Southern is coming out.
Manster. Okay.
Gonna sound like
Yeah, that's good.
King of
That's
the Hill here pretty quick.
He's not that kind of southern.
good.
Yeah, King of the Hill's a respectable show.
I'm like a...
Yeah, that's Texas, man. It's not
Yeah,
Southern.
that's Texan Southern.
It's a respectable show. The creator, I mean, questionable.
Okay, this
Who's
is...
the creator?
I don't know, but he stopped the show just because freaking what's her name died.
Peggy O?
No.
Oh no, the daughter died, right?
The daughter died. Yeah.
That's right.
Wow, that's not even an important character.
She
I
so
know.
is though.
Like she's an important character, but like, I mean,
Wait.
I guess either you stop the show completely, or you kill her off in the in the thing, which seems very disrespectful.
that is, yeah. Yeah, it's a little
Person
different.
IRL died.
It's
Let's
a little-
have them die in the show.
It's a little different from doing that than doing like killing off a character because the person quits. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little bit of a difference in tone.
Still,
All right. So she has a daughter
Oh my god.
that she
They
tried to
don't
name.
age in that
Lasagna.
show. No.
yeah, they also
Yeah,
don't
just like
age
in
that show.
any show like that, they don't age ever.
Well,
Like
what
The
I was
Simpsons.
saying
Oh,
is just have her like go be with her daughter and never show up again.
What was her freaking name, dude?
Dude,
I know she tried to name her Lasagna.
Bobby Hill's sister.
and then there's this.
Oh, her
Yeah, who do you think we were talking about?
her daughter.
Yeah, nobody knows. Luann, that's her name.
Luann.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
go.
Oh yeah, she was one of the few that like
That's
didn't
right.
have the same last name.
She's not a daughter. She's a niece.
Yeah, but like, you know,
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Alright. I'm almost ready. I'm writing down the initiatives, and that's the last thing. I promise. Maybe. Man, Anna rolled pretty well on the initiative front. That's nice.
I did too. I got 16.
Yeah. That you did. No, you got a 6.
I rolled pretty good too. I got a 10. I have a +3 modifier.
Yeah.
What is the modifier for initiative?
Dex.
Dex, yeah.
No, well, that explains it.
Okay. There's that. And then there's... then there is...
did she not die? The wiki's saying she didn't die.
Her voice actors? I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow. Wowie.
Wowie.
Yeah.
Dude, I realize what we should have done. If we hadn't just, like,
No, she died. Like,
gotten seen.
oh, what? She was voiced by Brittany Murphy? Holy shit. No way.
Okay.
Who's that?
So
She's a real
So,
famous
like-
actress. She
Okay.
died, like,
Hold on.
10 years ago?
Anna,
Fuck.
Nox, Kass, Alwyn, Ulf. Alright, just making sure I got all the players. Less important with the enemies. Hobgoblin, Goblin, Gabriel.
I should have made
Cloak
Jack's
person.
character invisible and
Other
had,
guy.
and
Oh,
you
yeah.
should have just
There you
walked her
go.
right into the center of him and cast darkness.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we didn't.
If we had set it up, we could have fucked them over real good. Jack's character could have fucking blinded them all, and when they're blind, you could have cast darkness. So
Dark-
even once they can see again, there's
Darkness was cast though, right? Like I'm gonna let that fly
Yes.
just like I did before, so that works totally. It was readied or whatever.
Well, I cast it just as, like, before initiative was called.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't worry, I can't attack shit because I wasn't around the corner, so I don't know where anything is.
Yeah.
same here.
But you know where forward is.
Like, to be
How's
honest with
that?
you, the only thing I'm contributing to this fight is I'm going to slap a couple of you on the ass and say, good luck.
Slap them on the ass, boys. Oh, good thing I looked at this.
Also-
Dynamic lighting was not enabled. It is now.
I'm not going to contribute anything at all.
Okay, let's make sure
There you
that
go.
everything is good.
I'm not going to just sit on top of you guys. That would be kind of funny, though.
No, I'm actually just going to cast darkness in the same exact spot.
on
But,
me.
but
Oh my
yours
God.
won't move.
Yeah, but mine isn't gonna move.
That's hilarious. I
I'm going to learn
love...
light magic. I swear to God, I need to.
So,
Next.
Because what?
Cantrip I learned
Darkness
is
is
gonna
what?
be
Second
dancing
level?
light.
So if I get...
Yep.
Oh,
is it
fuck.
second level, or do you have to surpass? I can't
It has
remember.
to be over second level.
okay.
Third level spells, you fucking wait.
Oh, hold on. All right, so Matt, I'm gonna start you. Well, I'm gonna let you go around the corner, and then whenever before you make your move, then just pull back. Like this is what you saw, but you are
Okay.
behind the corner, still behind cover, and not
Also,
let me get my
poetry.
stream set up. 1 second.
It's a minor thing, but since Ulf's sword has magic light, when it draws evil blood, you have to decide if his sword is more powerful than the darkness magic, and if so, how
Oh, God.
wide the spell goes.
I didn't even think about that.
I would assume not.
The darkness would overpower it, because the light itself isn't magical. If that makes any sense, like the way it is emanating light, but like the light isn't. It's not like it's piercing.
Yeah, there's no
radiant light.
there's no proper rule
I
on whether a
would
magical
like-
item
Yeah, I
would
would say-
outpower darkness. So
I would say like the moment it left the darkness. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Because it's like magical
I just
darkness. I don't
equated
know.
to
Hold on.
well, the
Sting
way
from Lord of the Rings.
light magic versus dark magic goes is if the light magic is more powerful, where it overlaps, it just spells the darkness temporarily.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as like the lighting in the caves, there's enough like from the torches that they have and stuff that I'm not gonna. I have global illumination on. And let me put the ring of power down. And let me then make it so that I can actually. Oh god. So I can see what's going on in the stream. Yeah. Maybe.
Hmm.
Kinda. A little more. set up super well. That's gonna have to do. That'll do. I can actually change it. All right. So the first one to go is actually going to be the Avriels, and not Kass. I don't mean Kass when I say that. Okay.
I'd like to be grouped in with that group.
Sorry. No can-do's, little baby doll.
What if I turn on the team?
I mean, are you going to do that?
If I
Maybe.
mean,
You have
we'll
to.
negotiate
You have
that
to
after I get
actively.
grouped in.
You have to actively not attack any enemies. Then.
Yeah, but like,
Well, we
No,
would be
we're
the
not doing
enemies
that.
if he turned on us.
Yeah, yeah.
So
No,
I'm
yeah, you
fine
just
with
can't
that,
attack
as long as
anyone.
he doesn't attack us.
You have to
either.
become a pacifist to do that. No.
Can we all
I'm
just
in
do
a
a
Mardium
pacifist
mode.
run of D&D?
Yeah. I mean, you definitely actually could. I think. You just.
I mean, I don't think we could.
no,
But
no, we could.
But anyways, all right. So the Avriels are gonna go first. They are. So Ulf, you're. For the purpose of this, you are around the corner.
Yep.
You don't.
Whenever Matt does anything, the fucking Oh My Wa Shinderu
No-
theme just goes
Oh my
off
God.
in the background.
So the.
The
Let me
what?
see.
You're already dead, don't worry.
Oh.
You see.
Nani?
So the. So none of the bird boys like come around the corner at you guys. Beyond that, that's all you're able to tell.
Look like Kenku.
None of them like shoot at Ulf. If anything, they might be able to see.
Avrils. Kenku don't exist.
Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
Yes.
These ones do actually look kind of like Kenku's with the picture that Dre gave me, but still.
That's actually an Arakokra.
Oh, really? Yeah, they're like a crow. It's a crow. Anyways,
All right,
so
crap.
Anna, it is your turn next.
What's that?
It is your turn.
Oh.
You got a
Alright.
19, right? So.
Well,
what are
I
you-
hate it, but I'm gonna cast Heroism at 2nd level on
Oh, actually, wait. So wait.
Dragon.
I'm curious. Nox. So with this darkness, like, like everything. Can you guys all see that aura?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's like all dark now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't see, but I know where everyone is over here.
Yeah, you don't have to see people for heroism.
No, I know.
I have to be able to
I'm
give
just-
him the good touch.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I wasn't talking about that. I was just saying in general that this is going to be interesting.
But yeah, I'm
All of
gonna.
us are in a box cell right now, basically.
All right, well, go ahead and
I'm gonna cast Heroism on those two and give them their temporary
Which-
hit points.
How
You
many?
and Dreg.
Oh, dope.
How
You're
many,
further forward and you're where I can reach you without going near that corner. And afterwards, I'm going to kind of raise my voice and say, "How's it going in there?"
What's your spellcasting ability modifier? It's your charisma.
Wrong page. 3.
3
Oh my
temporary
God.
hit points.
this is going to be
Around.
interesting.
Or
So you yell that out to
each of your
them?
turns.
Do you like expect a response?
No.
you don't get one. You hear like you actually do hear them yelling. It sounds like the lady whose voice you had heard before is yelling out commands in Goblin.
But yeah, after I do that, I'm gonna back up a little bit.
Okay. You back out of the darkness, and now you can actually see a little
Yeah,
bit.
you just kind of back up, and suddenly I can see again. There's just this wall of black in front of me. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
Then I
Probably,
I'll
probably bumped into a few of us on the way.
I'll pull out my bow and arrow and just stand by.
Okay. All right. Nox is up next.
Alright, so. Boom. And then. Let's.
So okay, yeah.
It's a
So
really fucking skinny ass hallway.
yeah. It opens up a little more, as I'm pretty sure you saw, but
Yeah. Alright. So move there.
Okay.
And then I definitely don't say anything. Thought about it, and then I was like, nah. So these are the Avrils?
Yeah, the bird ones.
Well, what are these red things?
Those are the hobgoblins.
They're so much smaller.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot to change it. Hold on. they're so small. You're right.
Real small.
But
Rah!
whoa,
No.
that's
Little boys.
I'm just messing.
Jesus Christ.
No, that's a normal size.
yeah.
Let me get the other one.
Nox targets that one with what's it called? Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Sounds pretty Gucci to me.
Probably missed.
You don't have advantage, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so it certainly does not hit. But you send it flying in the Eldritch Blast. It whizzes by. It looks like the Hobgoblin is still like reacting to what's going on. But he like looks over his shoulder at this. Probably sees this big ball of blackness. Nothing. He sees nothing except where this thing came from, roughly. And
I mean, if they have torches in that hallway, they would have seen them get swallowed up by darkness.
yeah, they can see like the darkness, the edge of the darkness. I guess they just can't see in the darkness.
So I wonder, what is it like when you can see through the magical darkness, and there's light sources in it? Is it just like a lit hallway for Jack's character?
Well, I can see in the darkness as if it was bright light.
Yeah, he doesn't. It basically does not exist for him. Like as far as
It could
he
be.
can tell.
I could be like it could be the middle of the night with no natural lighting around. I could still see like there was light outside.
So for you, it looks like the torches would be like slowly disintegrating, but you wouldn't see any of the light coming off.
I don't think the torches don't go out.
No, yeah.
Well, they don't go out, but you also none of the light would be showing.
I think it just look
Since
normal
it's getting
to
choked by the.
Nox, probably. I don't know. It looked
It's
like a
weird.
torch would in daylight,
I mean,
But yeah.
it looks how all darkness looks to me. So
So, but yeah, so you do that. Is that all you do with your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, it is the cloaked woman's turn. Yeah.
How long of term do they have?
Yeah. Fudge. This is not as easy as I thought it'd be for this turn.
What, you don't like attacking into a ball of darkness? Where they have
Well,
no way
it's
to actually
like
know where the
they can't
target
see
is?
the yeah.
Yeah, they have to guess
Hold on.
where to attack if they're going to attack,
Hold on.
or just carpet bomb the whole hallway.
I just have to look at something real quick.
I hope you're happy your character is a pain.
yeah.
It actually hard counters all of our abilities since
It's
all of us
It's
have
so
fucking-
interesting though. Like it is.
Based on sight.
Expect the hallway to be this skinny
Yeah.
or this long, but
I have a question. No reason.
Sure.
No reason, of course.
Yeah,
With
just a hypothetical.
If a spell doesn't say that it requires like that you have to see the target, if it just says they are within range, then does that mean you can cast it at them without seeing them?
I mean, you can try.
It's like something like if
Like I'm just because like some of them say you have to like cast it at a creature you can see within range, and then sometimes it just says
something like
Is it like
something
an
like
AoE?
firebolt you would just cast on a tile. You wouldn't necessarily know what tile to cast it on though, since she was
Alright.
dark. She was in darkness before she even came around the corner, so they have no way to know for sure where.
I
in that.
get that.
If it's something like sleep, which is you set the area wherever you think, and anything happens in that area.
Well, then they
Yeah,
are.
AoE would just do AoE.
And as far as whether they hit or not, I don't know what the hell you're going to want to roll to see if they get the right tile.
Yeah.
Theoretically, you'd roll a dice equaling the number of potential tiles that they know are there where the enemy could be.
That's I think what I'm gonna do.
And I guess if
that's a lot of
they
tiles.
miss, they would assume that there's nothing on that tile and go to the next one. So if they actually
Yeah.
if they attacked the right tile but missed, they'd assume that they aimed wrong.
All right. Well, so they're gonna cast Firebolt at Nox, but they don't really. I'm gonna take all the. Let's see. There's 21 tiles, I think, that they can see or could see before, and you're gonna be on number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah, this
7,
is so fucked
8,
up
9,
since
10,
the
11.
way the way range combat goes, you attack a specific tile with most attacks, not a line.
You're on tile 11, Jack. Okay.
Okay.
So this is they're gonna cast this, and this is just to even see if I need to roll at all. No, they don't hit you.
So I see a firebolt fly by.
Yeah, you see a firebolt fly by. It lands like up here somewhere. I don't know.
And we all hear the rest of us hear a. That's it.
And
We didn't see any of it.
So they cast that, and then they're going to move back to here, and that is it for their turn. Kass, it's your turn.
How tall are we dealing with here?
Height wise,
vertical movement.
Not that high at all. Like maybe it's about as tall as it is wide. So like 10 feet in that part. It widens up. You haven't been able to see it yet, but in the cavern that they are actually in, it widens up more.
Okay. So
Or like
darkness
up
is
more.
from
How tall is it where I am?
Where you are, it's like 15 feet tall. Yeah, about as
so-
about as tall as is wide, basically.
So darkness is fully enveloping the whole thing.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, yeah.
Well, I guess we just prepare lots of actions and wait to see what happens in the darkness.
I mean, I guess. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not.
Oh no.
It'd be just stupid. I'm just gonna prepare an action.
Guess I'm gonna cast darkness on myself.
Double darkness.
I mean, I was going to. But...
Does your thing work on other people's magical darkness or only your own?
Yeah, like
All magical
All
darkness
magical
of any
darkness.
So somebody's like, haha, I have you now.
No, this will actually be very useful at 6th level for me, though. Because I'll be able to teleport to Nox at any point.
Wait, what?
You can't see it.
No, you just any shadows I can at 6th
You
level,
could
but that doesn't matter.
teleport.
I'm
Is
preparing
magical
an action
darkness
to
considered a
attack
shadow?
anything I see.
you prepared actually to attack anything you can see. Got it.
Anything? Oh no! Don't turn around,
yeah,
please.
anything.
You don't want to move into the tunnel where the enemies are.
Well, like the thing
We don't
is,
even know what's over there other
is I
than
don't
like
know
what I saw.
where to move. That's the problem.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, yeah, only Ulf had actually gone around the corner and
Yeah.
eyeballed the cave ahead of us.
And now Nox knows
I
what's
mean,
around
I
the
guess
corner,
sure. I guess I'll move this way, and then like run into Ulf, say sorry, and then move a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, you're giving poetry better chances of randomly hitting.
Oh no.
And then I'm going to be flying as high as I can fly, so 15 feet at this point.
Which is unfortunately just the edge of the
Just
darkness.
Yeah,
enough
that's
to
unfortunate.
still be fully enveloped in the
Yeah.
darkness.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
But it should limit the chances of
It should mean that unless they know
random
you're up there, they won't
firebolt.
attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Verticality makes it so much more complicated. Like,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
Not gonna,
Like
we're not gonna
Yeah,
aim
no,
up.
we're making this all types of fuck.
So so that's one. I mean, they don't
I'm
know.
glad I have heroism because that's literally the only thing I'm gonna feel like I can contribute to this.
Hey,
and
so what
healing
do
when
you-
somebody comes back down.
So, Cass, do you prepare your attack now for anything you can see? If that becomes
Yeah.
relevant.
So
Yeah,
what,
if
like you
that
keep your feet
becomes
low enough to
relevant,
claw at
yes.
somebody's head or something?
Yeah.
Or do you have daggers to throw?
I have a short bow.
Yeah. Yep.
Wait,
They have
okay.
he has a bow now. So that takes us to Elowin's turn then.
I would like to prepare an action.
Okay. To what? Or like just
If an enemy that I can see comes within 5 feet of me, I would like to zap it with a shocking grasp.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, at this point, the do you okay, yeah.
Duhast.
At this point, it is the goblins' turns. They're going to all sort of move up. So this one will move up to here. They stop short of the darkness because they can't see anything in there. They don't want to. They're cowards, you know.
So from Jack's perspective, they
The
just
Jedi are
stop at
evil.
an invisible line. Like,
Yeah, they're just stopping.
can
In
you
front of-
perceive the edges of your own darkness?
It's a good question.
That is a good question.
I see normally in darkness, so I presume I don't see it at all.
So you
know
just
it's
kind of
there.
have a feeling for distance on it.
I would imagine.
Yeah. These two in the back, they pull out their bows. The four in the front pull out their short swords.
How long does darkness last?
Up to 10 minutes.
So we're gonna be here a while.
And the
So these boys are a little squishy.
Goblins.
and that's their turn. Next up is the hobgoblins. Ulf is going last, unfortunately. So the hobgoblins are sort of like yelling out commands to the goblins at this point. In Goblin, of course. This one, it's not on the grid. This one,
Your sizes are a little wrong.
yeah,
You know,
the sense it's a little wonky, but it's okay.
Considering how this is turning out, I should have probably just given Jack's character the big temporary HP bump.
So this one, he has his long sword out and is like pointing it at the darkness, like yelling out stuff in Goblinese. And the other one, the other one pulls out a longbow, and is like holding it at the ready. He has an arrow knocked on it already. And yeah, that's it. Ulf.
Okay. All right. So assuming that I still know that I'm standing by the corner.
Yeah, you would know. Like beyond that, you would also know like roughly how to move forward around the corner. You saw it. enough,
So I would walk, or I would go around the corner,
Mhm.
and then I would just
5,
kind of use
10,
my hand against the
15,
wall,
20.
go forward.
Yeah, 25.
Would I be able to see? Would I be able to see here because it's kind of partially cut off, or would I have to go all the way up here?
Probably all the way, I would say.
Okay.
All right, and now you're met with all this stuff here.
Yep.
Dude, this would be so much simpler if Jack cast darkness on a dagger and just whipped it at them.
Yeah, but then I can't control it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Ulf, you see all these things. However, Ulf, before you do anything else, you're going to take some shots from arrows that were readied by the Avriels
Just baited.
and the hobgoblins. You're going to take 5 arrow shots.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Sorry about that.
Rip.
Goodbye.
Used to it.
So, first,
Don't worry.
First one.
Your blood is on
was-
Jack's hands.
First one was a
At least you're a
crit.
tanky character.
So the first one is a crit. Second one is a crit fail. So, hey, both sides of the equation.
So they cancel each other out.
Are
Yeah,
you gonna,
yeah,
You
no.
gonna roll?
Yeah, the
Are you
one
gonna
arrow
roll
smacks
the-
into the other one.
All right, so the
Are
first
you
one.
gonna roll the die to see where it hits? Or are we not doing that? In
I
this
mean-
fight?
You can do like a critical fumble deck. You can look those up.
No, we won't worry about it. We won't worry about it.
Well, we
Actually,
just-
this is the first time it is.
We kind of
relevant.
shelved that,
Yeah,
especially
that
We
worked.
did that
later
rule
levels.
as soon as we got to the point where one of us could one hit kill another one.
Yeah, but you know, lower level. I didn't know if we were keeping it. For
I mean,
them.
it's up to you guys completely. If you guys want to do that one to
we'll
give you
also
some help,
fun.
I think we need a better rule than that.
that's fair. No, that's totally fair. So the first one does hit you though. The first one that
We're
crit
gonna use one
succeeded.
at all.
Yep.
You're gonna take 15 damage.
It would be easier if we reintroduce stuff like different creatures counting as cover. Like, if an ally was
system, you could use something like this.
So that's the first attack. The first one hits you. None of the
like
other ones.
oftentimes, if they crit fail hitting you, they'll hit whatever you're buying cover of, and if that happens to be one of their allies, they shoot them in the back.
None of the arrows hit you. Luckily, only one hit you. You got a bit lucky there. Well, you got.
But he's feeling lucky.
It was a crit though, so I guess it was not so lucky.
Yeah, well,
so they all do that.
They cheated.
Now, what are you gonna do?
Just back up again.
Yeah, take a attack of opportunity on me.
Well, did the goblin do anything?
The
one right in front of him?
No, they
didn't prepare actions.
They look to be they look to be like dodging, I guess. Like it looks like they were.
One thing to keep in mind is those bird boys are going first. Is it in initiative? So they're gonna attack you immediately again before the rest of us can do anything about this.
The goblins in the front look like they are ready.
So it might be worth getting attacked by a goblin and getting back into shadow.
Use the dodge action, which lasts until the next turn, right? Like that's. Right?
Yeah. Once you take the dodge action, you're dodging until your next turn or something incapacitates you or whatever.
I'm gonna move back one.
Okay. Would they be able to attack you if they already used? Yeah, I think they would, right? They still
it's a reaction, so they're fine.
Yeah, they are gonna attack at you when they see you come out of here. And your AC is a 16, right?
18.
18. Okay, I wrote that down wrong.
I've got my shield.
One of them does hit you. He only does 3 damage, though.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just remembered. Doesn't your armor protect against crits or something like that?
It does.
I don't know. You're the one that made it.
Yeah,
It does.
It does.
That's what you said. It did,
So you don't actually you add 7 HP to your health. You only took 8 instead of 15.
Good.
There you go. I'm glad I remember that now.
You're definitely gonna want to remember that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it kind of slipped my mind.
It was relevant in literally the first.
Definitely remember your own character.
I'm
2 weeks.
going to cast.
How?
It's on me.
Did you attack?
No,
No, he hasn't done
Okay,
it
never
yet.
mind.
I walked
He's
up.
just taking
I got
walked up,
attacked,
said,
and I was
"Fuck
like,
this."
"Never mind."
Yeah, he walked up, got peppered.
I just
with
picture
arrows
you
and-
not having time, being like, no, come back. And then you just see him get fucking pummeled. Come back immediately.
I'm gonna cast Thunderous Smite, which is a concentration spell for whenever I act. Oops.
Yeah.
It's not a spell card. Here I can put it as here. That's a spell card.
All right.
I'm gonna do that. So whenever I attack within a minute, I do another 2d6 damage.
So whose turn is it now?
And you also blow. Let's see here.
Yeah,
You're
and
gonna
I come
fucking
back
blow out our
10
ears
feet.
when you hit somebody with that.
Nah, it doesn't say you go deaf, so you don't.
Hold on.
You just hear thunder.
I won't be hearing anything after that.
Don't worry, I'm just gonna silence this whole entire place.
Oh my god.
I could probably actually
turn
bring
is it?
down the place with this spell.
Dude,
Poetry.
Sorry,
it would have been so fucked if we had cast Darkness and Silence on top of all of them.
So you do thunder. First time you do that,
And then just prepare action to attack anything that comes out of it.
Sounds good. So it's the bird boy's turn again. That's the top of initiative.
Or what?
What?
All of us win?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess so.
Other than the Kobold. Although I don't like
Yeah, a lot of them
Kobold
just
is going to do anything.
I am
yet.
not considering him as being in combat right now. I mean, we could, but he doesn't have a weapon.
He has his sharp wits
Yeah.
and his spit.
So that brings us back to the bird boys. They can't see Ulf anymore, so they can't really shoot at him.
They can try.
Luckily for him, you guys can, those of you, well, so I guess only Nox can see. Nox sees them all, notch up another arrow and aim down the corridor. None of them move or anything. They just sit here. In fact, they are almost motionless. They're just looking down very intently. Haven't said a word, nothing.
Okay.
And that brings us to Anna's turn.
I'm just going to sit here and prepare an action to shoot an enemy if I see one.
Okay, sounds good. Nox.
Nox will move to here.
Okay.
And attack the goblin in front of her. Flaming blade. I guess I don't really have to press that yet. There we go.
Nice.
And hits.
Yep, it does.
Jesus Christ.
For 9 damage. And
Okay.
then she backs up to here.
Okay, yep, and that one is obliterated, as you like to imagine. That goblin is pretty much toast.
And the other one already burned its reaction, so...
Yep.
It can't see me, so it can't react attack
Yeah, I
anyway.
couldn't need either way.
Can't you blind react attack?
You have to be able to see them.
So you kill that goblin, and is that all you do?
Yep.
Yeah. Sounds good. It is now the turn of that cloaked figure who is a magic user. Okay. So they are going to, let me make sure this is correct. Yeah, they are going to cast. They're going to cast Fireball. They're going to
Rip.
they're going to aim. Well, this is the thing, is they're going to just shoot into roughly the center of the darkness. They don't know how far it goes, but they're going to shoot towards the ground somewhere within the darkness, center around that point.
But how?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Because,
They don't know where the center
you
is.
point at a place you choose within range.
Yeah.
But, the only thing they can... where are they pointing?
Well, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, they're going to point at where they know the ground is. I guess it's up to me to choose where they would target. Because they don't know where you are. They, of course, they have probably a rough idea of how much area you encompass by this point, having moved forward toward them. I mean, they are a magic user, so there's that. But I'm not saying they know where you are, because they obviously don't. But essentially,
No, I'm just saying how do they know the dimension?
the what? Sorry.
Anyway, where are they pointing?
I'm gonna roll to see where they point, and we will determine. Okay. Okay. They're going to aim right here. They're gonna basically point to the ground near the front of where it had been visible before.
Okay.
And which I think is pretty fair. They would be basically
Who did this?
the caster person.
Hilarious.
Yeah. They had seen Ulf in that spot before, and so they're going to shoot there. Literally hitting all their allies.
I'm pretty sure all of their goblins are dead.
Let's see. So,
Because if 9 kills them, then I'm pretty sure they just can't survive Fireball.
yeah, I think you're correct. unless I roll nat ones on every d6.
You would almost have to.
Yeah. No, I would have to because they have 7 HP. Goblins have 6. Spoilers. It doesn't really matter. That's pretty common knowledge. Okay. Yeah, all the goblins are dead. It doesn't matter.
Well, you'll need some dex saves, I
Oh,
guess.
wait, no, that one doesn't necessarily die. That's the wrong one.
I mean, if you want him to be dead.
Be okay with you as dead.
You guys...
I like that the people, well, the entire party other than me, just hears a bunch of fire.
Yeah.
And Ulf feels it.
So they... Oh, yeah.
I mean, we also hear a big kaboom.
So there
Well,
is...
yeah.
So it is
Well,
going to be...
It's like a rushing sound more. It's not
So
like an
it will
explosion.
be... so you guys are going to have to
roar.
make for me your dex saving throws.
Yeah.
And... Okay. Unfortunately, you're both going to take the full 22 points of damage.
I'm down.
I'm not. It makes sense if Ulf failed that miserably since he didn't see it coming even.
Alright, so Ulf is...
Suddenly
is-
on fire.
Ulf is down for right now. Nox sees that, of course. And Nox also takes 22 damage
Yeah.
and is pretty weak. And then I have to do the saves for their other allies, though. So
2 HP, boys.
give me a second.
Hmm? No,
You
I-
did it.
Or no, you had the temp. You had the temp HP. That's right. That's good.
Both of the
And you'll have it again.
both
Hooray.
of the bird boys fail and are killed.
You know, at this point, Ubisoft would have kicked him off the server.
It's true.
And
Straight up banned.
the hobgoblin also fails
fuck.
and dies.
Jesus.
No, I think you have to have 2 occurrences.
I have a feeling that every magic caster is
That's
suddenly
painful.
going to have cloud kill that we ever encounter from now on.
So, anyways, so they kill like more than half their allies, but they also take down Ulf by firing this fireball right at the edge of the darkness.
I gotta say, this combat is really chill for my character because I don't know any of this.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I
just sitting
mean,
around.
there's only 2 of us that do know any of this.
and so with that,
Ulf ain't knowing
being
anything
said-
anymore.
Half dead.
With that being said, that's all they do,
One of them is dead.
and now it's Cass's.
One of them
Turn.
is almost dead. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna fly this direction until I run into Nox, I guess.
Kick her in the
Say,
back of
"Oh,
the head accidentally since you're still up in the air.
Apologize for that.
Do a D4 damage, knock her unconscious.
I would have knocked me unconscious.
And then just like prepare an action. Or I guess I would communicate to Nox like, "Hey, what up?"
Hi. This bitch just killed half of their people, and Ulf needs help.
Oh,
He's right in front of me to the right.
I see.
Don't think you see.
Well,
Understand.
yeah, but I think I do. So,
Bring him back here.
so I'm gonna,
Do a song.
Gonna-
Bring the dead boy back.
and then I'm just going to, you know, go over here to the right.
Smack
Feel
into the
around.
wall.
Yeah, you can feel around.
Yeah,
though, it's fine.
probably smack into the wall a little bit, and then
Step on
Probably-
Ulf's face.
yeah, probably step on Ulf and be like, "Oh, there he is."
That's one death failure.
No.
And then, yeah,
Are you gonna try to drag him out, or
how much do you weigh?
A
That's
lot.
Good question, actually.
Him plus his entire gear weight. So
Yeah, like
250.
you.
At least, yeah. Like
I weigh
250.
250 plus my armor.
Oh.
you should be able to drag his weight even if you're a weak boy, since you can drag twice your carry capacity.
What's your total weight say?
My total weight says 3.66.
What?
Oh,
That's
yeah,
not
that's
even
right.
close to right.
That
Oh,
doesn't.
I
even
know
make
because I
sense.
didn't put in any of the armor weights.
Why not?
God.
You don't even have your backpack
Do
weight.
you have chainmail?
Yeah.
It's
What?
55
No,
pounds.
Doesn't he have plate?
No, he doesn't have plate.
I've got chain.
Yeah, he's got chain.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's 55 pounds. Plate
It
would
is
have,
55.
plate would be even more, I think. So
Dude should have like 40
So
pounds
he
worth of
weighs at
backpack
least-
equipment, along
Yeah.
with like 60 pounds of weaponry and armor.
he probably weighs
And then
at
his
least-
body
You
weight.
said you weigh 250.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. Well, I will.
You can drag him.
I will attempt to drag you, but I can't.
Rip.
I
Yep.
can.
I'm not
I
surprised.
can drag up to 240.
Oh yeah, he
I'm
definitely
like half
can.
a ton.
Yeah, he probably with the armor he weighs like at least 300. So, all right.
Probably
So
way, but
so you try.
We are a
to-
well-oiled
boys.
machine.
Well,
So-
low strength boys for the win.
So you tried to drag him, but you can't. What do you do next?
What have I done so far? I've moved 15, 20. I guess I'm just going to like burst into the open here.
Right.
Boom. I'm out here.
Sounds good. Uh, you know, so, two of the you're gonna take 2 shots from those bird boys.
Okay.
I'm sorry to tell you that. The first one hits.
Okay. How much does it hit for?
It hits for 8 damage.
Okay, let me just. Okay, so I'm gonna reduce that down to 0, and I'm gonna throw it back.
Ooh, okay.
Just
So-
grab it with your fucking bird hands and throw it back.
Does it? And so it hits for the same for 8.
No.
I think you make a monk attack with it.
You make this attack with.
You can use your monk dice or the
regardless.
weapons normal, or the
Yeah, I'm
projectiles
gonna
normal
use-
damage dice.
Yeah.
So it would be a D4 or a D. What are longbows? I think
D8.
they
A
were using.
D8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
So
You
a
throw a
D8
D8
plus
back.
my proficiency, which is 2.
Okay.
So I'll roll a D8 plus proficiency.
Okay.
Or a D20.
do you have to make it as an attack, or is it just
Yeah, I have to make an
automatically hit him
attack
back?
It's an
Yeah,
attack.
sounds good. Make
So
your-
14. Does 14 hit?
It does. It does indeed.
Okay.
D8 damage.
Nice.
Plus
And
your,
then does 8
dex.
damage.
Sounds good. Alright, he's not dead.
I
but,
have
he's
officially
certainly
done
hurt.
more damage throwing an arrow than I have with any other attack
Nice.
ever.
Who's that against?
I don't know. Whichever one shot
was
first.
Oh,
We'll assume the closer
Jack.
one. We'll assume the closer one. Alright, so Yeah.
Okay.
now what do you do?
You said 2 shot at me.
Yeah, the other one.
The second one, the other one didn't hit.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
That is good.
so that's used. I believe that's your reaction, right?
Yeah.
So you've moved your full movement now. I'm guessing.
Like most of it. I don't know.
Most of it, yeah. Because that would be 20.
50 feet.
So I move 50. I can move like 10 feet into the air, I guess.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And then I guess I now have like an attack action or something,
Yes, you do.
which
Sure.
I will cast silence on the spell looking boy.
Okay. It's a lady, but
Yeah.
but
The spell-looking
boy.
boy.
The spell looking boy. Yeah, got it. Alright, sounds good. So you cast silence like centered around them. It's like an area.
To be fair, the cloaked people
It
weren't
sounds
looking
sounds
boy or girl.
20 foot.
They
I
were
would
sounding boy and girl, but
I'd
they're
probably
looking
cast it
just...
like right here.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, I'll put down a little.
Yeah.
I love the pings in the dark.
There you go.
Okay, so I can see it, and I'll just make it so you all can see it. There you go. All right, sounds good. So you do that. That's your turn.
Silence is 20. Yeah.
Yeah. That's your turn.
Yeah. 24 pages. That's my turn.
All right. So Elwin, what do you do?
Well, I just heard a fireball go off.
Yeah, you did.
I am going to use my bonus action to initiate Blade Song.
Okay.
So now my AC is 18, and I move up 40 feet.
Yep.
Gonna move up here, and I'm just gonna move in a straight line like this. And I'm gonna trip over Ulf, and now I'm here.
All right, sounds good.
Best thing is you don't know what you tripped over.
Yeah, I'm just gonna assume it was like a log or a large root.
Big old goblin or hobgoblin,
maybe.
maybe?
Freaking cave complex. There's no trees.
And I still can't see, so I'm going to get up. What does getting up for prone cost? Half movement?
Half your movement.
Oh,
Alright.
you decided you went prone over him?
Yeah, I completely tripped over
Oh
it.
my god. Okay.
Alright, so half movement, so I can get to here.
Okay. Sounds good.
Then you're just wobbly standing on a goblin corpse. Unless you use your action movement.
I dashed
Ah.
to get to here. And
now
that
you're
is
looking
my
at
turn.
strangely quiet combatants in front of you.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds good. And that was your action.
That was my
Okay.
entire thing.
Got it.
That was my entire
Sounds
turn.
good. All right. So next up it is the goblins' turns. Both of them they have their bows out already, and they're going to shoot at I'm gonna shoot at Kass. So 2 shots are gonna come in. Oh my god.
Do it up.
Oh my god. They both crit failed.
Nice.
They both crit failed. So that's what they do. That's all
They shoot
can
them up
do.
and they bounce off the roof and stab
Exactly.
them back in the eye.
Yeah, it's something like that. So
be
they
so
both do that. The hobgoblin is going to go next, and he is going to throw. He had his longbow out too. He's going to throw it to the ground, throw it aside, and swing. Pull out his longsword and move in to attack Elwin. Oh, that didn't work. Go there. No, go there. He doesn't line up on the grid very well, so. He's got a longsword at you. Okay. What's your AC?
18.
right now? Yeah, because of the blade dance thing. So he does not hit you. And it's actually funny because he actually sort of over his shoulder tries to yell out commands back to the goblins, but of course no sound comes out. So he just tries to yell, and it doesn't do anything. Ulf, it's your turn to make me a death saving throw. Matthew?
Mm-hmm. Let's continue.
Matthew?
When he comes back,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Alright, sounds good. Alright. So, it is the bird boys' turns now. And they are going to... So the one closer...
Did they not just go?
No, they
I
took
thought it just
a...
got shot at.
Because
had
they
a
prepared
prepared
actions.
shot. Yeah,
What now?
they used a prepared
Well,
shot.
no, I
Matt, make a
thought
death
I
save.
got shot at again.
No, you got shot at by both of them.
Yeah, you succeeded.
And the goblins.
And the goblin.
Oh, I got shot at by the goblins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's what that
So the bird boy here is going to fly up into the air and attack at you with his short sword. Twice. So
Fucking do it, mate.
So he is flying into the air, in this cavern. There's plenty of like space above you guys now at this point. And he, so he's like, you guys are swirling around, and he will take 2 short sword attacks at you. Your AC is 15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So one of those attacks hits, and will do 6 damage to you.
Okay.
Right. The other bird boy is going to stay on the ground and is going to actually take an arrow shot at, or 2 arrow shots at Eloin. And neither of which hit. You're very lucky.
I mean, I have pretty high AC for a
that's-
wizard.
That's true. So that's what that thing does. And Anna, it's your turn. You're still hanging out around the corner. Carhax? It's your turn.
It's your turn.
Alright. I'm gonna go, like, there and for an action to attack if I see something.
Okay. Fair enough. Nox.
Nox would turn to look at Anna and yell at her, Anna, you need to come forward. Ulf needs your help. And then she would run.
So far away.
Yes, Dragons. Here.
Okay.
Oh no, I can suddenly see things. Horrible
Now I
things.
can't see anything.
Yeah.
It's true. And then as a bonus action, she'll mark this Avriel with her Hexblade Curse, and then attack it with Eldritch Blast.
So
And she has advantage because it's in the dark, and so
yeah.
is she.
Well, I was gonna say isn't it with the sphere? Wouldn't it be out of the circle? Like it's 15 feet in the air, just like Kass, right?
I'm only 10 feet into there.
10 feet in there. Okay, yeah. So it would be. So if you count out like 5 and 5, no, it would still be in the darkness, right? I'm trying to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually just right.
The way
within-
5e calculates distance, it would just be back and forth, going up into the air instead of like
Yeah, it
diagonal.
goes diagonal. Well, it goes diagonal 3-dimensionally, but yeah, no, it's still in.
So do I have advantage or not?
Yeah.
Okay. So I crit, and so that's 8 damage, and then since it was cursed, it takes another 2 damage for my proficiency bonus for 10.
Okay, nice. Sounds good.
You
So
double those damage dice too, don't you?
Yeah.
You double all damage dice associated with an attack. I don't know if Hexblade Curse works that way, but
Bonus to damage rolls
Yeah.
equal to your proficiency bonus.
yeah, I don't know if that doubles stuff like Orcish
you know what?
Fury or whatever lets you
I
roll
don't-
an extra
I
damage
don't
dice if you
think it
crit that
would-
doubles.
I think it only doubles like extra rolls. Since it's not an extra roll, I don't think it would double. But I'm going to tell you. Though, it
I
doesn't
guess
matter,
I think
though.
it does say specifically all damage dice you roll. So
Yeah. So I
if it's not a dice, it wouldn't
so I
double.
will
I
say
guess.
that either way it doesn't matter because that kills it.
Oh, can I, because of that, I get, what level are we? 3?
Mm-hmm.
6 HP back.
Nice. So yeah, it comes plummeting to the ground from the air. It lets out like a little screech.
A screech.
A squeak. Yeah. It's like, "Wah!" And then it
Nice little
dies.
squeak.
Yeah.
Oh, and you get the better critical strikes with that curse, huh?
Yeah. So anyway, so it is dead. Is that all you do?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It is the caster magic user's turn. They're in silenced zone. They're in the silence zone. Let's let's see. Let me look at something. So they are going to.
Oh yeah, any verbal components are fucked over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know where the silence ends either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's even harder to get a judge
Because-
of darkness.
It's not like they can tell when somebody is able to speak because they don't just
Yeah.
they just don't hear anything no matter what.
Let me look. What would they?
And now they can't see most of what they could see.
Yeah. They're kind of. I'm actually just gonna have to think about what they would do in this situation because I'm not sure.
Possibly cast something with material and semantic only.
Most things have verbal.
Most things require verbal.
especially the stuff that this
It's
thing
like
has.
the most
Just cast,
common.
just cast an anti-magic zone.
Yeah, just do that at level, 5?
They could blindly try and run out of the silence since they'd probably understand what a silence spell is.
I think.
I would assume so.
Yeah, I think they are. I think they are going to.
I just picture them like doing a long yell and just running, trying to figure out where they can hear.
Let me figure out what they're gonna do.
Yeah, literally all of my spells have a verbal.
They're going to move back all the way to here. Yeah, 5, 10,
You suddenly start hearing tippy taps
15. Yeah, so they
running,
can,
I guess.
They can hear stuff now. They can't really see anything though. So
Yep,
I think
that's also true.
can you can ready spells too, right? So
If they cost an action, yes.
yeah. So they're gonna. I mean, that's the thing. Is would you guys know they're readying a spell? They would be.
Yes, it would be very obvious because
Yeah.
they would have done all the chanting and hand.
Okay, that's what I thought. Just like when you're doing a dodge action. It's
The only
obvious
thing
that's
is
what
we
you're
wouldn't
doing.
necessarily know what spell.
Yeah, exactly. So you see them. Let's see. They would. Yeah, you see them saying stuff and moving their hand, I guess. And it looks like they have prepared a spell. Kass, it is your turn. You're in darkness again. 10 feet in the air.
Uh-huh.
What you gonna do?
I guess we're gonna do a little.
You definitely heard the bird die and hit the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wait, but it
Yeah,
was in
that-
silence.
Okay,
That's where you
that's
would've
actually a great point.
done-
You heard
nothing
nothing.
would have happened
That's
from
actually
your
really funny.
perspective.
When
Yeah.
Nox killed the bird, she shouted, "Got one!"
Yeah, that's fair. That's funny.
So
Got
suddenly,
one.
your character would be about but which one?
Yeah, we have all these overlapping auras.
Yes, I'm quite sure you've gotten all of them. I haven't been able to see a thing this entire fight.
Okay. So,
And my character's just assuming that it's going really badly because she can see Ulf dead on the ground and one goblin dead on the ground and nothing else.
Half a goblin.
Yeah, half a goblin. The other half might be alive, so
You can probably
careful.
see that bird down there as well.
How?
Or where are you? Oh,
Right.
I'm back
way
around the corner,
Way back.
and there's a wall of darkness in front of me.
there's a bird right there.
There's
that's
darkness
on
right
darknet.
There.
That's
So
Yeah,
this one's
I just
dead,
see
though.
I just see nothing.
Yeah, from where I'm standing, you would be able to see it, but I understand that's not how the global lighting
Well,
works.
that one's
From
up on the
where
stair
I'm
anyways.
from where I'm sitting, the Jedi are evil.
So, wait, so what does Kass do?
prepare an action.
Right? To attack the first thing you see, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. Not gonna move at all.
I'd probably move like this direction.
Right. Sounds good. Flying blindly seems like a great idea.
Stalagmite. Which one's the one on the ceiling?
Stalactite.
I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just
In one
letting
of them.
Jesus take the wheel here. So
That's funny.
That's what I usually do.
So,
In
yeah,
life.
the so you prepare that, and
Prepare for escape.
so Elwyn, it's your
there's
turn.
no point to peek in this situation.
Well, there was a guy in front of me last I saw, so I am going to do shocking grasp and just kind of lean forward with my hand.
All right.
Until you touch
Does-
something.
Yeah, until I touch something.
And if he's wearing metal armor, you get advantage, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
So would it be like disadvantage? I'm not sure.
If
If
I
they're
have
both
advantage
blind, it's a
and
normal roll.
disadvantage, it's a normal roll.
Oh
What's
yeah,
happening?
you're right.
I'm trying to shocking grasp this guy.
Oh yeah, it'd be
but
normal.
I might.
Yeah.
He was there.
Unfortunately, I think even if he had metal armor on, if there's instances of both advantage and disadvantage, I don't think it matters how many there are. It just turns into a
Yeah,
normal
it,
roll.
it
Sure
just
it doesn't.
cancels out.
Yeah.
So
it will be
one
a-
advantage can counteract 5 disadvantage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they don't stack at all.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it unfortunately it does not hit.
All
as
right.
I might imagine.
So I just lean forward and just just over his shoulder.
I just like that your hand probably went into the silence, so you don't even hear any sparking or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I
Yeah.
reach forward and then I just hear
You
nothing
just-
from my hand.
You guys must
You
be-
felt nothing, heard nothing. Like, is he actually still there?
All of you guys, besides like Nox and Kass,
And
are
I'm going
so
to
disoriented.
take a step forward.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
right into it.
Yeah, you ran into him. Yeah.
And then I'm going to take a step back
Yep.
backwards.
Sounds good.
Trip over.
Nice.
And now I'm prone.
And since he couldn't see you, he couldn't attack you. Jesus Christ.
And he couldn't hear me fall either.
Yeah. So. Oh my god, this is crazy. So, alright, so that's what you do.
I can't wait until we only ever fight elementals with fucking tremor sight.
The so
Yeah, good luck, bud. Catch me up high. How about that?
So let's see. So then that brings us to the goblins. They are going to let's see.
Good question.
they still don't
The only
see
thing they've
anything.
seen recently is fucking the hobgoblin get bumped into by something.
They're going to probably fall back. They still have their bows out. They're going to fall back, and they are both going to notch an arrow and be looking out for any targets. Not that anyone besides Nox would see that. And that's what they do.
Don't worry, Matt. Just one more round and you're up again.
The hobgoblin is going to take a step back, and then he can see again. Look around, see that he can't see any enemies, and he still has his longsword out. He's going to. It looks like he's preparing an attack with that too. Like he's like watching, waving his sword around towards it, like at the edge of the darkness. And now Ulf, it is your turn to make another death saving throw. You there, Matt? Oh, okay, so you got one failure, one save. One success. Alright, sounds good. So that's what Ulf does. It is now the bird boy's turns. The bird boy, all the others are dead. He is going to, seeing his other allies sort of back up, he's also going to back up. What he's going to do, though, is he's going to fly over to here in front of the magic user and ready his bow as well. And Anna.
Well, that Ulf is down, and she's run up to Ulf and pick up his head and cast Cure Wounds on him.
Yeah, nice.
All right, let's see here. Where's that? Where'd it go? Level 1.
Hey, there you go.
9 HP.
Yep. So you come back from the, you come back.
Unfortunately,
to the
you just did your turn, so you're just conscious on the ground for the rest of this round.
Yep. And is that all you do?
Yeah, that's my movement pretty much and my action. So I'm just gonna sit there and kind of cradle his head for now until he gets up.
All right. So Nox, what are you gonna do?
I need to this character sheet out of the way. Move here.
Okay.
All of my allies are still shielded by darkness in it. And then attack the hobgoblin. Well, like, the ranged characters can't see.
Okay.
Yeah. That's good then.
I can see though now.
Yes.
You can see a wall of darkness.
I can see some light over here.
I'm assuming a 25 hit,
Yes, it does indeed.
so they take 9 damage.
Okay. They do indeed take 9 damage.
Neither of us hear any of it.
Yeah.
And then Nox takes a step in that direction.
Yeah. I'm curious, since he had prepared an attack, like, he doesn't see you, like, would he be able to take an attack at a disadvantage? I don't know. Like, I'm very confused about how that would actually work here.
Prepared attack would be he would be able to attack.
What was the trigger?
Yeah, you know what? It was like the next enemy saw, so he doesn't. You're right. So yeah, he doesn't see you.
Yeah,
so.
if the trigger is seeing, then you can definitely have it so the next time you know an enemy is near you to attack them.
Yeah,
that would have worked.
He's.
But he wouldn't even know what direction I came from.
He could hear.
No, he can't.
No, he can't hear.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about the. Yeah,
so
there's no way
he'd
of
feel
knowing.
he'd feel a mace or whatever upside the head.
Yeah.
Be able to guess.
However, as you might have guessed, since
I just got hit from my right.
Since I asked that question,
I wonder where the enemy
you might
is.
be able to guess he's not dead. So, but he's hurt.
Getting attacked from the right could mean 3 tile.
Yeah.
Basically, which is still decent odds, but then they attack with disadvantage since they can't see.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no. So he gets hit. He's still alive though. And okay, so that is your turn. Let's see. Okay, so it is back to the magic user's turn. This is where I gotta think about what the heck they're gonna do.
Other than run away?
Saint Monty Python.
We ain't the rabbit.
How does preparing a spell work?
It fizzles out now.
If you don't use it, it fizzles.
The spell slot.
Yeah, but it,
Okay.
yeah.
Speaking of which, rip that fucking smite.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Well, it hasn't been a minute yet.
But he lost concentration.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like, even if you didn't lose it from going unconscious, you would have made a con save.
This is interesting.
Damage.
This is interesting.
I was just reading on it, and the Thunderous Smite or whatever it's called. Yeah, Thunderous Smite is actually a bonus action.
Yes.
So I've been using it wrong the whole time. I've been treating it as just a regular action.
No.
Actually, let's see.
That's not gonna work. Oh
because it's whenever you make an attack.
So,
Wait, is Thunder Smite even concentration? I don't see.
Yes, it is. Almost all the smites are, because it gives you time to.
I'm so mindful.
The 1
right
minute,
now.
casting time, 1 bonus action.
How are they gonna? What are they gonna do? What would this person do?
I think all the smites last for a minute, so it gives you a 1 minute win.
Yeah, on the action, on his thing, I didn't see concentration on the duration, but
They have it.
but on the spell list on the wiki, it says concentration 1 minute, so it'd have been gone. If it was just duration 1 minute, he would still have it.
No, it says it's just faint. It says in gray text up to 1 minute, right next to Thunder Smite.
Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna
Oh,
look at something.
yeah. It's weird it doesn't say concentration there.
I've got it marked on the spell sheet, but weird that it
Let's
doesn't
get
show
someone
me.
opening.
Oh god, good thing you weren't also in the silent zone when you tried to cast.
Okay.
First, I think then it would just not have worked and not wasted anything.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
okay.
It's-
So,
I don't actually know
Yeah,
if you try.
he wouldn't have been able to cast it, so it wouldn't work.
so they are. Oh my god.
So yeah, you're right. It wouldn't use anything if he was.
They,
But if he
There-
cast it and then he went in there,
It would be fine.
it just wouldn't have done extra damage.
So these casters,
so they're
Right.
going.
the only thing they've seen other than a wall of darkness and occasionally a dead body is the bird for
Yeah.
a little while.
And Element for a little bit.
yeah, and me for
No,
a
if
tiny
you
bit.
cast it and then go into the silence.
But it does thunder
It'll-
damage.
Okay, well, so
Thunder
the
damage is
magic user, I have bad news,
Oh, yeah.
but they're gonna cast Fireball again, they're gonna target their own unit, like this guy. They know where he was.
They can't see him.
No, I know, but you don't. I think that's what we kind of went over the first time, right? Is that like you don't? I don't think you explicitly have to see it. It's just a point. You point to a point. You point your finger to a point you choose within range. So they point at where he was standing. You know. Like the way I'm reading is that they just like if they point into the darkness towards the ground, somewhere in the darkness, it doesn't matter. Like they wouldn't know where you are, but they can know where the ground is behind that darkness because they had just been able to see it before. You know. Like that's the way I'm reading it. You know. Like it
Do
just,
that?
I don't know. Does that seem fair? Like it seems like it's just like
Before-
wherever they
Do it?
point their finger, then that's where it goes.
I mean,
a little bit,
it just
you
depends
want?
on where they're pointing.
Mm-hmm.
You have to determine where they're pointing.
Yeah, they are gonna.
Where does that line go?
They are going to point at their
So it'd be like that.
buddy. Yeah, they're gonna point at like where they had seen him last.
And there's nothing between them and the boy that they can't see, so it wouldn't come up short and smack something else, I guess.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know. I think that
Which
seems
could
pretty-
definitely be a problem if you're casting spells into darkness and you don't know what's there. They could just like straight up.
I
Hit a
don't know.
wall.
To me, it seems pretty fair. Do you guys think it's fair? Like I'm open to criticism or suggestions.
Like honestly, if it hadn't been Fireball, it could have been something like fucking. I think Cloud Kill's a higher level spell, but still, it could have been something like that would just have rolled in anyway.
But yeah, so they're gonna. I think it's pretty reasonable that like, well, from their. I mean, I guess you guys don't need to know like their character motivations, obviously, but like you've already seen, they don't really care for the lives of like their own units. They're
Yeah.
gonna use the unit as a target for their spell, and or the center point, not the target, obviously, but like the center point. So it's going
Fair
to.
enough, really.
Alright, so it's going to hit them as well as the three of you guys that are close.
Yep.
Well, actually, oh no, Kass, it doesn't matter because the way 3D works in in 5e. So yeah, you guys are going to get hit too. So I'm just going to tell you, Hobgoblin is dead. no rolls needed. Let me roll the damage, and you guys can each roll your Dex saves. Hold on, let me go in here and check how much damage. There we go. Okay.
So who all's getting hit?
All of us except Perplex.
No, Perplex
No,
also gets hit.
Everybody
he
except for
saves.
the two over there.
He takes
You still get hit,
damage.
Yeah. So
which I still very well can be dead.
Let me
with
check.
fucking half.
I
damage
might
here.
be dead.
Let me check the.
And I'm over here. All I hear
It's
is
a lot more likely
I
that
just
both
hear-
of you are dead.
It would be weird
That
if
is
If a fireball is a rushing sound even before it
No, it
strikes.
says
like,
a low roar.
does it roar while it's traveling as well?
You probably would at least hear the fire
So-
rushing out of the
Yeah.
silent zone.
Yeah.
I would hear.
You would also see the fire because it reaches
You
here.
would see the fire.
Like I'm on the edge of.
Oh
where-
yeah, if you're out of it and you're getting hit, I see a bit of it coming out of the darkness.
Yeah, it would hit all of this
So-
area here.
So Nox made.
Those fucking
save,
goblin
and so
corpses
did
are
Cass.
actually just fucking charcoal. By
Nox and Kass
Yeah.
both made their saves, so you guys are going to take 13 damage each.
Actually, wait. I think blade singing gives me something. No,
You
it gives
should-
me advantage on dexterity acrobatics check.
Are either of you
Don't
guys
have
down?
absorb element?
The
What was that?
Don't you have absorb elements?
I do.
Nice.
Do
you
either
have your
of
action to use it?
So,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's a bonus or a reaction, but yeah, I do.
Right.
Flying to cast absorb elements.
Alright, what does that do again? I don't remember.
I
It
take
halves
half
the
damage
Okay, yeah.
and then other stuff, but that's not relevant.
Alright, so
What
you're
was
also...
the damage I took? 13?
13, yeah.
Means I
Are
take
you at
6
1
hits?
health right now?
Yes.
Alright.
Temp HP.
I know,
MVP.
that's what saved me.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Oh yeah, I have temp HP, so I take half of the full damage.
Yeah, so
You
you take
take-
13. Just like the rest. You take 13, but then, of course, subtract your...
All right, so
10.
I am at 10 HP.
Okay. And, yeah, Hobgoblin died.
You know, I'm definitely glad I didn't run in there because I'd be making fucking concentration checks all this time,
So, the...
getting fucking fireballed myself.
Alright, yep, so the fireball comes flying in into the silent zone, then flames roll out and envelop you guys, and...
So I heard chanting from the other end of the room.
Yeah,
A little bit of a rush, silence, then
yeah.
and then I see
And
people
that
get
is...
fucking blast.
That is all they're going to do. Alright, and Cass, it is your turn now.
Alright, we're just gonna, like, keep flying the way that I was flying.
Okay.
Okay.
I can
see again.
you see the enemies? Because they all did have prepared attacks.
Uh,
Let's see, Linus.
I
Not the
mean,
goblins.
I don't.
Yeah, the goblin.
I don't think
And
so.
no,
Oh, no,
not,
you,
none of
you
them.
can't. So none of them, you can't see any of them, they can't see you.
And then. You think like that square is probably the that indicator?
Yeah, probably.
For the
that
bird?
seems fine, yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna
Alright.
move this direction.
Alright. You will take one shot from him as
Alright.
soon as he sees you. It misses. so-
Attacketh at me,
Yeah.
boy.
He missed, so no worries for you.
Boy.
Oh. Well, that's
Did I hear a
disappointing.
lisp there? He
Were you
No,
gonna
he
throw
said
his arrow?
attacketh at.
Oh,
Were you gonna throw his arrow back at him?
Okay,
It
we're
has to
gonna
hit,
move.
doesn't it?
Yeah, we're gonna move one more.
Right. That will trigger both the goblins. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. What's your AC?
Attacketh
15?
at me, boy.
15?
Yes.
Alright. The first one does hit.
Okay, we're gonna. Oh, how much damage does it do?
8. So you're gonna take 6.
So that's what? That's 5, 6, 7.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's a little disappointing.
Okay. Do you
And
get
it
to
hits
use...
me for 1 damage.
Yeah. Do you get to use
So
your
close.
reaction?
No,
So-
he has to reduce
Nope.
it to
Okay,
0.
okay.
I have to
That's what I
reduce it
thought.
to 0.
Alright, do you want me... So then the other one... I haven't gotten to the other one yet. Is that all you can do for that reaction, I think? So
Well,
the
he can
other
still
one,
attack.
yeah, the other one
the other one also shoots...
still attacks at me though.
Yeah, the other one also hits. And it will deal... it will also deal 8 damage.
Ooh.
You get to do that
Okay.
as a reaction or all the
Yeah,
time?
reaction.
Yeah.
Is it a free? I can't remember. Do you have to spend key points to do that?
You have to spend a key point to throw it back.
Yeah,
Yeah. But the
Oh.
reduction is free, I think.
It's a
With
reaction.
reaction.
That's nice, at
reduction is
least.
free.
Right. So yeah, you take 8 damage,
Uh,
and this all just goes to
okay.
face, right? Unfortunately.
okay, well,
Right?
now we're gonna
What are you gonna do?
Okay, and I actually just don't have anything I can do. I don't know why I came out here.
Don't you
You're
have,
just soaking those
You
reactions.
have a bow.
don't you have kunai?
Or yeah, you have kunai as well.
Yeah, I have those and I have a bow. Logically, I
You
would
just
use the
said you don't
bow.
have any special to do. That's what you're upset about.
Special things. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well,
Special things are the better things. So I'm gonna move.
I have
it.
like nothing logical to do, I guess.
You have anything
You can shoot
illogical
and
to
move
do?
back.
I mean, now
right?
you know how I felt with this.
Yeah.
This caster.
Yeah, I have. What's that? It's 5, 20. I got plenty of illogical stuff to do.
Yeah.
Dude,
Alright.
these encounters are gonna get so
Boom.
fucked once Poetry starts
Whoa,
having things that can counter this.
what
my
have you
God.
done? Oh, you charged.
So you charge in with your spear at the caster, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. So you charge in.
Serve God.
You charge in at the caster, and you don't have advantage, right? So, so unfortunately, it misses pretty widely.
If you have, if you have,
Mm-hmm. So that's your turn, right?
or
And,
disengage if you have movement
boom.
still.
Right.
Well, you can use your bonus action for that.
You come with the fisting, and you do hit, as you might have guessed. Actually, wait.
While he's up there, does he see anything down that tunnel?
It just looks like it keeps going.
no.
It just keeps
It
going.
abruptly stops at the end of the map.
Yeah, no, actually the
Somebody
world
else
stops
has
existing. So yeah, you definitely hit them for a good chunk of health. It seems. I mean, they're still like, as much as 4 could be considered a good chunk. All right. Is that all?
Yeah,
Right.
that's all.
You did a lot of stuff on that
He
turn.
used everything.
Okay, so Elwin, it is your turn.
Yep, everything has been used.
Whose turn?
Elwin.
Alright. I'm going to move here.
Sounds good.
And I am going to cast Magic Missile as a 2nd level spell on the
Get
mage.
fucked, wizard bitch.
Nice.
Or man.
13 damage.
Whichever, whatever you are.
No, it's a bitch. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, it talks in a woman's voice. Could just
It
be
is.
good in-
No, we got the clarification as soon as I called it a boy, which
I see.
is gender fluid.
Right.
You
Some
know,
people
they-
are
At this
stuck-
rate, I'm
Yeah.
going to have to try
some
and
people are
stabilize
stuck
them
in 2008.
with my medicine.
They are going
roll
to,
of +1.
as a reaction, cast Shield.
Alright.
I'm sorry.
Fucking checkmate, boy.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, they still have their reaction.
Yeah,
I forgot.
they
They
do
didn't
have their reaction.
reaction at me.
Nope.
Damn.
Nope. Sorry. But yeah, they cast reaction. Is that all you do, Elwin?
It is worth noting prepared actions do consume reactions, so
Yeah, they didn't have a prepared one for
yeah.
that turn.
yeah.
That was the
Let's
fireball
see.
turn.
Well, I baited out all the shots at least, so
Yep, that's true. You definitely did do
Yeah,
it.
Nox just saw you get pin-cushion.
Yeah.
actually, Nox is the
Nox
only
sees
one that has
everything.
seen anything.
Well,
Going to be
ever.
So it's the goblins' turns now. So I mean, let's see. So this one is going to target Elwin actually. It's gonna target Elwin, and with its bow, and it misses terribly. The other one is going to target Kass with its bow. Moment of truth. It misses. It misses, but not by much. It sort of whizzes by your one of your wings, and then
I think
hits
that
the...
breeze we just all felt kind of pushed the arrow off to the side.
Exactly, yeah. But luckily, you're not hit by it.
How do reactions work? If I use my reaction on my turn,
It doesn't refresh until your next turn.
okay.
So
Yeah, you get one per round of combat.
yes,
Yeah.
and so the
I didn't know if it refreshed at the beginning or end of your turn.
yeah.
Once your turn starts, you get your next one.
Yeah.
So
That makes the most sense. I just
So both the goblins miss their arrows. Hobgoblins are all dead now, and so now it's Ulf.
Well, it's about goddamn time. All right.
So,
You
first
wake
of
up
all,
in
have your
Anna's
movement to
arms.
get up if that's what you do.
You wake up in Anna's arms too, which is
So
lovely.
you're down to fucking 15 feet of movement, and all you see in front of you is darkness and charred corpses.
Yeah, completely.
And we
accurate.
haven't heard most of what happened.
Yeah.
You've been hearing like sporadic noises, and this
Hearing
is-
more noises now.
Yeah, this has got to be like
Yeah.
the weirdest like sensory thing ever for most of
All
the
right, I'm
people
gonna
involved.
move up
We-
there.
we
Heard
smell
a lot
goblin.
of pew noises, and then them just get snuffed out.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use my action to
move?
run into the darkness.
Sounds good.
Oh god. Stumbling all over charred corpses.
You make your way through the darkness. Sounds good.
I'm pissed.
And I just picture Anna being like,
And now
is that a good idea?
and now you're in the
Are you
silent
sure
zone as
about
well.
that?
So yeah, that is what you do. It is the one remaining bird boy's turn. He is going to swing at Kass with his short sword.
Who?
The
Yeah,
bird
Oh
boy.
boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, combat has now restarted. Gotcha.
He's going to hit you
All right, hit me up then.
for
Boy.
five damage.
Hey, check this one out though. Bam.
Yeah, you are down.
Dead as fuck, boy.
Then he is going to. Then he's going to fly over to Eloin and make his other attack.
All right. I dare you.
He
I
hits
dare
you.
you. To
Is
He hits
the
you.
silence? is
Does
all the silence
he
still up then? Or
hit
is
a
Oh no, silence is gone now.
23?
it, yeah.
Yeah, silence is
silence
done for.
is
You want to
done
delete
for.
your token? Nice.
You are lucky. He only got
Suddenly.
exactly a 23,
Ulf. And
so he does not
You're
hit.
wrecked, boy.
Yeah. You're lucky.
Suddenly we can cast magic again.
well, suddenly we can hear everything around us.
Yeah, he can
Yeah.
do everything.
What the hell?
So he comes.
A
in-
whole new sense that comes upon us.
He comes and swings at you and misses because you use your
I use shield.
shield reaction. Yep.
I wonder, like, am I aware if somebody that I cast Heroes on, for example, suddenly doesn't have it anymore?
Also,
I
I
assume
forgot to give myself
not.
my temp HP
I
back.
I think if
Oh,
if
yeah.
everyone involved in the spell goes down and it stops working, I'd be aware of that since my concentration wouldn't
Yeah.
be working on anything anymore. But
Alright,
Yeah.
so the dude comes in and swings at you. Anna, it's your turn.
oh god, and I'm not aware of anyone else that's ripped again.
No. You just
No.
Definitely not you.
get up and rush into the darkness and get swallowed.
Yeah. Gets swallowed by the darkness. Young.
Hmm.
Young.
I think I'm gonna go
Mhm.
like here.
Mhm.
Oh. I think I have 5 more feet.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'll
that's
just, like,
5.
up here, and then I'll sort of see. Owen,
See Eloin.
Yeah, you can see me just barely.
and I guess I'll dash up to like here and be like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, and you see the bird
I-
boy.
Cass just went down. Mage, really scary. Much higher level of
Much
casting
pain.
ability than I can do. And I'm kind of dealing with something here.
Well, have fun with that. I've used everything, so...
Right. Nox's turn, I suppose.
Okay. So is the Avriel hit?
Is the what?
The Avriel, is he on the ground?
Yeah. He landed before he attacked.
Nox moves here. And
Oh, God,
Darkness again.
I can see everything.
I can't see anything!
And she attacks the Avriel.
Yeah.
With,
I've been having trouble.
Booming Blade.
With advantage too, of course.
On the bright side,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
magic caster can't see me.
Yeah,
On the
that's
In
bright
true.
before third
But I could
fireball.
see Ulf. Guess how much HP
Oh,
Ulf
no.
has.
Yeah, well, the next fireball.
Boys,
probably
you gotta
end up
calm
with
down.
Peter.
I'm running out of
Right.
spell slots here.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so he takes 10 damage.
Yep, he is still alive, but he certainly looks like he's pretty
Where
hurt.
was I? I was like,
Originally?
We're like
I
down.
don't know, like here? I don't know.
I was there.
That's
Yeah.
out of range for blindness for me.
Yeah, I was just out of the darkness
Yeah.
myself before.
Alright, so you do that. He is still alive.
Then she moves here.
Oh,
Ooh.
thank God.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool,
I
now I
can't
can't
see
do
anything
anything.
anymore.
Alright, sounds good. And he can't react, of
You
course,
can
because he can't see
see
you.
right behind you, but you're like
Yeah,
right
in front of
you.
me.
Your fucking face is in the darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This way and this way, I can't see.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
So-
can taste the darkness.
So the
And it tastes delicious.
Well,
It's
Imagine
like
the only thing we're
it's-
tasting is charred
I know.
flesh right now.
So Nox, that's what you do. Oh gosh, let's see. Now what is? So now it's magic
You don't
caster's
like good
turn.
char on your steak? Or on your
What are they
goblin?
even gonna do now? Let's see.
Only if it's a goblin steak.
I mean, we can make them goblin steaks.
I think the only one that would be up for eating these boys would probably be the kobold.
Or they
Speaking
were
of which, where is he?
Maybe Cass, I don't
hiding
know.
apparently in
He's
the
around
hallway.
the corner.
Probably not, Cass.
maybe he just ran away.
He could have.
Probably
Doesn't
just
he have
ran
manacles
away.
on?
Yeah.
I mean,
It'd be a really uncomfortable run. But
yeah.
He escaped with loot.
What do we
Not
do?
much.
What do we do? What do we do? What do we
Like,
do? What do
the
we do?
gear I bought for him, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hold on.
it'd probably be enough for him to go rally up his buddies.
Okay, I'm just gonna figure out what this this magic dude is or chick is gonna do. I suppose they will. That's a tough one. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think about in character. What would this person do?
Dude, it's so fucked up for their perspective because they know that they know that one person's down, but they don't know anything else that's happened to the party.
Yeah.
They don't even know what happened to their allies. They knew they've attacked them, but they don't know that they're
did
down.
because Cass moved up here. And
Well,
we could
I'm
see
saying
directly
the darkness
well,
is
no,
only,
they
it's
haven't
progressively
been
gotten
able to
closer
see these tiles.
at all.
Like,
They know that they've attacked their allies, and they haven't seen them since. But they don't know if they've hurt any enemies or any of that.
I'm pretty sure all of these tiles were in darkness at the first fireball, and since
Yeah.
then, like all of these tiles have washed up.
Yeah.
They've definitely purposely attacked where allies were, but they don't know what
Like,
effect
all
it's
of
had.
these.
For all they know, that there's a
we
fucking.
could see
For all they know, there's a fully like
they had
functional
straight
army coming
vision
after
on
them.
this way.
Let's see. Okay. This is I think what they would
And despite
honestly...
two fireballs, this blob of darkness has kept moving.
Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's consumed everything
That's actually
other
gonna
than the down
Like
boy.
it shouldn't.
As far as this mage is concerned, this is the expanse of the void encroaching in on them.
Okay, so here's what they're gonna do. This is, I mean, I'm just gonna tell you guys, like, this is what they, I think, would do in character. I'm not doing this just to be cruel.
Bullshit.
They
Let
are
me guess, fireball.
no,
Fireball.
not a fireball. No.
No.
What they're actually gonna do is they're going to
I'd be surprised if they had another one, honestly.
They're
They'd have to
gonna
be a sorcerer
they're gonna come over here.
or high level.
They're gonna come over here
Yeah.
and they're going to bend out their hand, and they are clearly preparing a spell with their hand pointed right at Kass, and they yell out like well, I guess before they prepare it, I don't know, it doesn't matter. They yell out and say, if this darkness comes any closer and envelops me, then I'm going to blast your friend.
That would be. Is
But
that a death?
they don't do it
Or
yet.
is
They
that-
just but they do
No,
prepare
I'm
it.
just wondering. If,
holding
the
him
attack
hostage.
Happens. Oh, it's one death save. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Although, if they're able to do enough damage to equal Kass's health, he's just dead.
Just poke him with a fireball.
Yeah. No, but yeah, so they say that they say they hold out their hand.
A fireball
they
would be an
prepare-
automatic fail. So
They prepare a
since you can't dex dodge when you're unconscious.
So they prepare after saying that they prepare their spell, and that's their turn. Kass, you're gonna have to now make a death saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you
Boom.
succeed one. Nice. Okay, Elowin, what are you gonna do?
Elowang.
I'm thinking. Do I have any good spells? All right, is this guy wearing metal armor? boy.
No.
No.
They can't. I mean, they can, but they wouldn't be able to. Fly.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not.
Not that we intrinsically know that, but that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they'd have to be wearing light armor.
Yeah.
I would know that.
Yeah.
I'm dead, though.
You're not dead.
I know that from a meta level from conversations about your character.
On the bright side, they're either
Yeah.
they're either threatening your corpse with a cantrip, or they're going to fizzle a spell every turn that they do this.
Yeah.
Also,
Unless
since
it's
they're
a cantrip.
concentrating on it, if they get hit, they.
Yeah, so you just have to Eldritch Blast them before you move.
There are two things I want to do.
By
but
the way,
only
what did you
one of
cast
them
your
is a good
darkness on,
idea.
Jack?
My shield.
Oh, you can just set that on the ground and charge.
That's true.
I wouldn't have
That's
advantage.
true.
Though.
Alright, so what does Elowen do?
I'm just gonna booming blade this boy.
Yeah, sounds pretty good. Sounds like a good decision to me.
19 hit,
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you.
10 piercing damage.
That's hilarious because he now has 2 instances of booming blade on him.
Yeah, and
Does it stab?
then I'm
It should.
yeah.
And-
If he moves, yeah.
So he. So that does kill him.
He
in
might
fact.
just be dead.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
kill him.
Oh,
So you
what I
come
thought.
swinging in with your rapier and
yeah.
and pierce into his shoulder, his bird shoulder, and he sort of falls to his knees, dying.
But yeah, honestly, I think setting the shield down,
And I'm just going to
advancing
move in this
is probably
direction.
the way to go.
Yeah, sounds good.
Just oh no,
I bump into you. Do you tell me where to go?
Nox would say there are 2 goblins ahead to my right. Directly ahead of me is Kass, and by him is the mage.
Did you hear the death threat as well?
She should have.
Alright.
She yelled.
Yeah.
So
25, 30, 35, 40.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
So that's my turn.
Now you just eyeball on each other.
Yeah. Both of the mages staring each other down. Well, both of the wizards, because I
Yeah.
assume this person's a wizard.
You're always.
Alright. And you see
I just see you go into the darkness. I heard something about threatening
So
Kass's
this
life,
is
and I'm
this
like,
is
oh.
the closest you've been to this person as well. They do have their hood. They've had their hood on the whole time, but you can see their face now, and you can't see every detail, but you can see that they have a wicked smile come over their face when they see you emerge. And with that, it is the.
And
goblin.
I am going to say to the mage person,
Mhm.
hello.
Okay, and it is now.
I'm going to give them, a wave.
It is now the the goblins' turns. So, I
Yep,
I
uh-huh.
really, at this point, honestly, don't know what they would do. So I'm gonna have to think a second, but I will figure out what they would do, because I know I know that I have the gist of like what they're like. Just gotta figure out how that's gonna
If they're
play.
cowardly, they might just try and turn and run. If they are being aggressive, they might just blindly run in until they smack
This-
into something and attack it.
This is my question. Like, if they run into you, could they attack you, Jack? It would still be a disadvantage, of course, but like, I don't know.
They would know somebody's there, and assuming that they kept track of where their allies are. Sure, I guess. That's assuming that they're able to. They can't tell direction really, other than
Yeah.
from what they knew before the darkness hit them.
All right. Yeah. So
Like
I'm
the edge of the
gonna-
darkness looks the same as the center of the darkness, so they have to really know their directions well.
I'm gonna say that they, instead of doing that, they run away.
Okay.
Smack into the wizard.
So one of them goes here, smacks into to the mage or whatever, and then goes like around them, and they sort of like the mage person like yells at them, and they seem to like sort of fall into line at that point. So they move to here, and then they are going to shoot at Elowen. They're not going to completely disengage and run away from the whole battle. They're going to shoot at Elowen, and they miss. The other one is also going to run out to here and do the same thing.
As long as they also miss.
They also miss. And at this point, they look. It's pretty obvious to the two people that can see them that they do look afraid, but the words of this mage are keeping them in line, it seems. Okay, that brings us to Ulf.
Okay. So that's 30. That is a range of.
I mean, you remember you can't see them.
I know. I've got plans here, though. I've been
I mean,
thinking.
You know there are people over there, obviously, because you hear them.
Yep.
And
But
he's
I
seen them
also-
earlier.
Yeah, Elowen just taunted, so you know where she is.
Yep. And
the mage
I
talked
and
earlier,
I also know that I would assume I would know that Nox is in the darkness.
I mean,
I would
Nox
hope you
is
know
in
this
the
at this-
darkness.
Yeah,
It seems to be following
Yeah,
somebody.
As far as Elowen is concerned,
yeah,
I turned into darkness until she ran into me and was like, "Oh, there's a person here."
yeah. That's funny.
It's you have become darkness, but you have a physical form remaining.
I'm going to
Truly a work of the abyss.
5, 10, 15 into the darkness, and I'm going to ask, or I'm going to yell to Nox to point me to about 10, or
The kid, she can't
guide
point to
me
you.
to about
Oh,
10 feet away from the mage.
Yeah.
It's about right.
I would
Like-
tell you to take
Take like 5 steps left, right? Whatever, or like however many steps. Yeah, that would work.
take 2 paces to your left and then 4 paces forward, and they'll be right in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay. And then from there, I'm going to use Nature's Wrath.
Okay.
So you need to.
You have to be able to
either-
see them,
You can't see that.
Oh, sorry.
but you could just.
I mean, I did ask to put me about 10 feet in front of them, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
would
if you want to
still
be able to
roll.
see them, then Nox would tell you to move.
To
right
reach within for creatures within 10 feet of you that you can see. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
it
you
says
still
you
have
can
to-
see and you can't see.
But
there. If you,
You
need
can
it,
you
could
can
do
get
it
immediately
here
next to
as
them and
well.
blind attack them.
you could be
could-
there as
I
well.
could
there
try.
or there.
Yeah, either of those spots.
So I
you could-
guess,
Ones?
If you need, so okay, if Nox knows that you need to be able to see them, she would tell you to move here.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Yeah, that's still within
Then
your
I'll
movement.
do
So.
that then. Okay.
Right, and then
So,
you use Nature's
since
Wrath.
since we retcon that,
Yeah, that's fine. So
I'll do Nature's Wrath on the
Yep.
mage.
Sounds good. So, as an action, you use
They need to make a Dex or Strength save, otherwise they are restrained.
Sounds good.
Which I assume means they can't really do anything.
They can't move.
What is the
I think they can still attack,
DC?
though, can't they?
It's probably like, I'm assuming it's like 13 or
My
14.
DC is 12.
12? Okay. They fail, so they are restrained.
That was going.
They are indeed restrained. So restrained, they can repeat the same.
Grappled.
End of each turn.
Restrained. A restrained creature's speed is 0, can't benefit from bonuses to speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
Okay. Got
The
it.
creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, so it can still attack.
Yeah.
At disadvantage, but I don't know what you'd consider attacking a down creature being, so might matter if they decide to do it.
Depends on what they're doing.
Yeah. But yeah, so
If it's a ranged attack, it would just be.
If it's kind of a double-edged sword there because one of the saves is dexterity.
I think they, since his character is unconscious, they would have had advantage. But they're also
they would.
right next
Right,
to them, and they are prone.
It would just cancel out.
cancel
Yeah.
out. Alright, so
it'd be a normal attack roll against them.
So with that
guess.
being said, is that all you do with that, Wolf?
It's all I can do.
Mateo? Alright, sounds good. Avriels are
Probably
all
go down by
dead
this.
now, so can cross those off. Anna, what are you gonna do? Still just
See,
darkness
1,
as far as the eye
2,
can see.
3, 4. See, okay. We're gonna do something. Alright, well, I'm gonna fucking book it way down, so. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna fucking run right into Ulf.
Sounds good.
Smack into him and just stop here and be. And once I run into him, what's going on? I can't say anything.
Yeah.
And that's my action and movement, so.
Alright. So, Nox.
Once I bump into him, I'm just here.
Nox, it is
Chilling out.
your turn. And,
Nox casts Eldritch Blast at the restrained lady.
Okay, sounds good.
16 hit
It does indeed.
and does 4 force damage.
Okay, nice.
And she has to make a Constitution saving throw of DC 10
Okay.
to keep her spell ready that she aimed at Kass.
Yeah, she does keep it ready. And is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. And so that brings us to her turn. So she can still attack. She just has disadvantage, right?
All things considered, I think against Kass would be a normal attack since there's both advantage and disadvantage.
She's not
going on.
anti-cast.
Anyone else, it would be disadvantage. And if there's not advantage, also.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yep, all attack rolls have disadvantage. Yeah, okay. So so she's gonna do 2 things.
Fireball immediately.
Yeah, on herself, just
And party
kamikaze. No, she's
It'd pretty much do it.
she
Double
It
party
is.
would
wipe.
very likely do it.
Let me see what she's gonna do.
Heroism would in all likelihood drop.
I don't know,
I would take a
Krigarx
bunch
would
of damage.
probably.
I'd be
Krigarx
done.
would probably
I have
stay
like
alive.
no HP.
Okay, she's going
Is
I
to.
that
would
your
15.
almost certainly be
I have
down.
15 HP.
In total?
Yeah.
Max hit points?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh, that's brutal. Okay, hold on.
Oh.
Hold on.
We need to get you something to help
So-
you out there.
So she's.
Bards
going to,
have very small hit dice.
She's going to first.
and I don't have very high con.
say-
I have a
Oh,
plus
Oh,
Most
are
one
you,
likely.
die.
are you a
20.
6 boy as well?
Huh?
Are you
Yeah.
a 6 boy as well?
Pretty sure.
So she's gonna say to out loud to Element.
Let me
She's
double check.
she's going to say, I'm I figure how she's gonna say this.
No, it's a D8. Wait. Am I supposed? Did I not do my HP, or did I do my HP?
Well, you would have
Might have
started
just rolled
with
badly.
8 plus your Constitution modifier.
Let's
so
see.
you
If I
get-
take 5,
which means you would have had to roll very, very bad.
So
maybe
this,
I didn't do my HP for this level.
It's possible.
Can't remember.
this lady is going
Maybe
to
I'm at 20.
We'll have to investigate that.
yeah. She's going to say out loud to Eloin. She's gonna say something along the lines of, "I'm gonna take you out before I go, elven bitch."
Oh wow.
And then she's gonna
Fucking got her.
cast magic missile on you.
I'm going to use my reaction to cast shield.
Oh, okay, nice. So she casts it at you. She uses second level one too, so 4 bolts come flying at you.
Oh yeah, I forgot to
all
do
of
my
which-
HP. That's why I'm at.
All of which bounce
I'm
off
at
of your thing, your shield. And then
I'm just gonna give her a thumbs up.
and then she's going to pull out of her cloak a stone. She's not going to use it, but she's going to pull out of her cloak one of those stones that you guys have seen with her free hand. And she is holding it in her hand now. So, and that is her turn.
This is where you just use one of the stones with her.
That's Elwin's turn, right? Or the
No,
goblins?
Cass's turn now.
Oh.
Oh shit.
You gotta say these things.
Roll good.
Right.
Nice.
Nice, another save. Good.
You're almost stable.
Too bad that wasn't
by
a 20.
yourself.
You'd have been up with 1 HP.
Yeah.
Don't worry, this is just a Zofia revive here.
I can't remember. Do death saves count as being the start or the end of your turn?
At the
Yeah.
start.
Since it's important for
believe
that
it's the
20.
end
I
of
think
your
it's the
turn,
start,
It
actually.
makes sense that it's that.
but I
yeah.
can't remember.
I saw some conversation. I
I'll
think
look
it
it
was.
up.
It only
actually
matters
the
for a
start.
nat 20, or
Yes.
yeah.
But anyways, so I think it
Now
was
it's my
the start. And now it is Eloin's turn.
Feel free to stand on Cass's tile.
Yeah.
There, I think he's considered rough terrain.
I mean, it doesn't
That
matter.
matters.
I'm going to take a step forward.
Oh wait, you know what? Hold on.
And-
Do they get to make a saving throw, even the dex
What?
saving throw again for the vines? It doesn't take an action to do that, right? They just get to do it at the end of their turn. I think I forgot to do that.
At the end of each of its turns.
Okay, yeah, so they
Success frees itself and the vines vanish.
they're gonna.
But if they're doing a dex save, they have disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're gonna make a dex save with disadvantage and fail. So still restrained.
Nice.
All right, so now Eloin, what are you saying? Sorry.
I'm going to take a step forward. I am going to place my hand on their shoulder and just dig my fingers into their flesh and
Oh
then
my
shove
God.
my rapier as far into their stomach as it goes.
Oh, that's brutal. All right, do it with advantage. Oh fuck. All right.
Does it hit?
Yeah, absolutely. Do your damage. Oh, only 4 damage.
You couldn't quite push it in that far.
Yeah. So you like miss the vital
Yeah, I hit a
organs.
bone.
You just kind of like
Not
skim
a
the
strong
surface,
boy.
but you definitely hit them, and she like screams out in pain, like ah. And,
Nox, a little help would be useful right about now.
And
Oh, don't you worry.
Nox is gonna pull some demon shit out on us here pretty quick.
and so is that your turn then?
I don't think I have anything I can do. So yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. So that brings us now to the goblins.
You know what I really like? I go right after this mage lady, so it never will I not have my reaction.
So let's see. Hold on. I should figure something out. So the goblins are the one here is going to drop its bow at this point and attack at Ulf with its short sword, and it actually does hit, surprisingly enough. This goblin is a lucky SOB this day, and he's going to do 5 damage.
Okay.
The other one is going to do the same. He's going to drop his bow and attack with his short sword at Eloin, who is right there, right? I just can't see.
Yeah.
Okay. And terribly miss. And both of those, after they do that, they are looking around desperately, and they both reach out with their free hand and put their hand touching their friend, the magic user.
Wait a minute. Somebody else is currently touching the magic user too.
Yeah.
No, wait, are you touching? I don't think
I
you're-
am grabbing her
Explicitly
shoulder.
said-
Oh,
Grab her shoulder and stab her in the gut.
Oh, I didn't. I thought you were gonna let go after you did that, but that makes sense. Okay, fair. So you're grabbing
Just
her.
to be interesting if that happens.
Wool.
I am taking this lady down one way or another.
Well, we're gonna see how that goes.
Eloin is also standing on
Ulf's
me.
turn, right?
Yeah, so we're connected too.
Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna worry about that if it gets to that point. Ulf.
Mm-hmm. 1 second here. I want to see which one does what here.
This could-
so you do
This could turn out very interesting.
2d6. Okay. I'm going to attack this goblin boy.
Okay.
With the long sword, but I'm also going to use a spell slot to use Divine Smite at the same time.
Okay.
There's that, and then I get 2d8 on top of that.
2d8. That's pretty good. Alright, sounds good.
Where are the there you go.
I'm working on it.
Okay,
So
you do
that is 17 damage.
Right. That goblin is.
You might want to make just a custom attack roll for the smite and put it onto your
Oh, yeah,
attacks
that'd be
and
Yeah, I
spellcasting.
hadn't done that
Yeah.
yet.
So, oh wait, I accidentally exited.
Well, it goes up.
Yeah, just
depending on what
adjust it based
level.
on your level. That's what I had
Yeah.
for my sneak attack
So
when I
that-
was playing
that
rogue,
goblin.
and you just
oh,
click
okay.
that when you get it.
That
I
goblin.
assume his sword is now glowing.
Yeah, that's actually true. That's the first time you've drawn blood. So your sword starts glowing. Most of the light just gets, destroyed by darkness, but but still, you are shining light in this area. It doesn't have any practical effect difference because it was already lit up, but still, cool flavor. It starts shining out pretty brightly, and that goblin is roasted and toasted. Alright, did you do anything else, Ulf? I'm not saying you should do this. Keep that in mind, because there's always the tendency to think that the DM might be suggesting something, but you can also use a free action to touch them if you want. But
I'm
The whole
saying
party's
that
gonna get
I
sent to
was
the Shadow Realm, man.
already going to do that,
Okay.
but
okay,
Who currently has the stones?
the other
I
ones.
left the shards at Therables. And I didn't have the whole one.
Nox has hers.
Nox has one. Yeah. Who is the other one? Is it Anna? I don't know.
No, I gave mine up. I never said I wanted it back, so
Who has
Wizard
it
Boy
then?
still has it unless he forced it back on me.
So the two not here.
Well, he said that we don't
logically
have the
can teleport
password to use the
themselves.
thing, so I had no reason to want it
Yeah,
back.
but she'll
Yeah,
be
but
speaking
if-
aloud.
Yeah, if she uses it, you can probably say the same thing.
Or you'll
We'll
run
find out,
into
though.
a diagonally situation.
So,
So whose turn is it?
Should be Anna's, right?
yep, it is indeed.
Well, I'm going to blindly run towards the screaming and yelling
Yeah.
and smack into her, and then I guess bounce off, and
I
then
like that fumble.
I guess I'm going to, I don't know, I probably stayed in the darkness this whole time. I'm gonna keep blundering around. Probably stumble around until I end up over here, if that's possible.
Yeah, no, it
going
is.
through my allies.
Yeah.
I
There's already
guess
2
I
hours left
am
there, it's
going
funny.
to heal Kass.
So I just want to point out to you, Anna, when you come out of here, you see that everyone has their hands on this lady while she's held in place by vines. It's probably a weird sight.
So everyone's grabbing her, and
Everyone has like their hand, like one hand on her, and
well, I'm basically going to be touching both Elwyn and Kass to get at him since they're on the same tile. So
Yeah, this is an awkward situation if I get revived.
we're playing Twister right now.
so you revive Kass.
Yep. 5 whole
So
HP.
how
You're
does that actually
conscious now.
work if you guys like?
Alright, so you're conscious. You're
now,
probably looking up
but
my
I'm-
skirt right now.
Just-
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
prone right underneath
Yeah, he's
Elwyn
prone,
now.
so
That's
I got my hand on you.
That's-
Elwyn's pretty much standing on you, so we're like all
Yes.
rubbing up on each other.
Okay.
he would have. I would just say he has to like crawl away, stand up, or Elwyn has to move.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fair to say we're basically all humping the same tile.
Okay.
I'm like halfway onto the other tile trying to do this right now.
And so the so
For the sake of horny D&D, what's the panty situation looking
Oh my
like for
God.
guys?
White and lacy.
That's funny.
Nice.
All right, so that's what Anna
Fortunately,
does.
I'm wearing pants.
What does Nox do? She's seen all
So the darkness actually fades away
this. Oh,
as Nox points her morning star at the mage lady and hexes her.
okay.
Text her?
Hexes her.
Hexen.
Yep.
Oh, hex.
Sends her a text.
And
Send
then
her some
she
Tex-Mex.
LOL.
and then she runs up and attacks her
Okay.
since she already has advantage.
Yep.
Darkness is no longer necessary. It's 15 hit.
Darkness imprisoning me.
Let me
All I see.
check if it hits. It does hit, yeah.
So she takes 6 piercing damage and typed that wrong. And 6 necrotic damage.
That's brutal.
And also she's going to have disadvantage on strength saves or strength ability checks rather.
Okay, yeah.
Damn.
All right, sounds good. So you come in
The one.
with the Morning Star. You smash at her. You hit her shoulder, and deal this pretty good chunk of damage. But she is not dead.
And then Nox pulls out an orb of her own and says, "Try it."
Okay. And she will. She.
She ain't getting away from us. We're all holding on. We're going for this ride if she disappears on us.
She will look around at all of you and smile, and holding up the stone, she yells out in common, actually. She yells out, "Long live Dalrim," and then
Wow. Creative password.
create a password, I know. And everyone except for Nox, I guess, disappears, but I mean obviously you know what to say. But everyone
Poof.
everyone
Oh, I
disappears,
can't move over there.
and
Nope.
and I'm assuming Nox will do the same.
Poof.
No, the kobold.
Does Nox do the same?
I'm thinking about it.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, take your time to think about it. It's this is gonna be the end of the session either way. Just letting you know.
Yeah, I guess you would.
All right. So after
Well,
after
sounds
right
good.
after you see this, then you say the same thing. Long live Dalrim, and you vanish. And that is where we're gonna end the session.
Question.
Yeah.
Do we level up?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Well,
We,
we'd
have
have-
to,
we'd
we,
have
we
to be in a
probably have
safe
to
spot.
conclude this.
We'd have to
That-
be in a safe spot to level up,
Yeah.
is what we determined anyway.
Yeah.
But no, it's a little early.
I don't think we're
anyways.
going to be safe for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of
so
just teleported.
Nog says 1 HP.
we're just
Actually, I have 4 HP right now.
Well,
We're
the
gonna-
other HP step.
we're gonna see
It
how this goes.
only
get it.
lasts a minute.
Wow, that did not.
I-
None
it
of
hasn't been a
this-
minute yet, so we're fine.
None
It's
of
been
it-
Yeah, I'm
it's
at
almost a
13
minute
HP,
at this
close.
point.
HP.
Oh my god! Literally, none of this went as expected, which is awesome. And I'm not being sarcastic. I actually really
Go
like that.
Poetry's like, well, time to make more maps.
Well, so I mean, I had to. Yeah, here's the thing: is like I had to play her as she would do stuff normally, and that's what she would do. So she did it, and
Well, she's an idiot. She just led us back to their base.
Well, you
And
see,
now we know the password.
if Poetry
Yeah.
is pulling no
I mean-
punches, we just teleported into an encounter area that's like 3 levels above us.
Oh shit!
Well, I mean,
Possibly. Yeah.
we already know that she and the average are at least level 5.
Yeah.
Based on the fact
Yeah.
that she didn't fireball us again, she's probably
We
not
can
level,
assume she's probably a 5th level wizard.
probably not level 6.
Well, she's
Probably
also
not
probably
a
not the
sorcerer.
strongest thing in the
We're already
organization.
going into meta conversation,
Well, yeah,
and they don't think the
obviously.
stream's over yet.
I mean, I don't really care. Stream
Okay.
stream people, they know as much as you guys know.
Yeah.
So
I'm a wizard. I know these things. That's not metagaming.
yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I know I can attack twice at 5th level.
Or you know you can't do it yet unless
Or
you
grizzles.
do special stuff.
Yeah.
He'll never get out of those manacles.
He'll spend the rest of his like. he can
He's also
easily just
wearing
run away
human
now.
community clothing and gear. So even if he goes back to the other kobolds, it's gonna be like, dude,
Does he have any food?
I gave him rations.
Okay.
Yeah,
I bought him
he's
5
how
days
is he-
rations.
5 rations.
How is he gonna eat it?
Yeah. Oh my
Well,
God.
you know, his backpack's kind of stuck
I-
on his back, but he can still kind of,
I
especially if it's on
completely-
one shoulder, he can sling it off.
I completely forgot about Grizzles
did you
until
put
you
it-
guys
did you
mentioned
put
it.
his,
That's so funny.
Did you put his handcuffs on behind him or in front of him?
Yeah, in front of him, I figure. That's
We'll
his
see.
wrists bound about a foot apart from each other.
This is not. I was expecting.
I'll
This.
get
It's
to
a
the
workable
point where he's
situation.
so
It's
much-
awkward, but it's workable.
I was gonna say if they're behind him,
And honestly,
backpacks on his back, but
hell, if he's like real gung ho, he might even break the chain.
All right, depending on how the
between
backpack
wrists.
opens and how long the straps are, he could reach over his shoulders with his arms and like turn the backpack upside down and shake all the contents out.
yeah.
He's set. He's got 5 days of food and a cut and like 5 copper.
Charge meat
silver.
around here as well.
Plenty of weapons lying
Yeah.
about. I really doubt that the other group was close enough to hear unless one of these 2 caves connects
I mean,
in a
a good
circular
chunk
group.
completely.
There was
Yeah.
another group.
Yeah, but we went like an hour away from them,
He's dead.
so
Yeah,
Yeah, my bird
far
went
away.
over
It
there.
was more than an hour away. So on I mean, just
Your bird did go over there.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's.
Oh yeah, rip your bird.
Like,
it doesn't dispel. You just can't directly communicate with it, and it's like
Yeah.
forever
Yeah.
away.
Does it like?
Yeah.
What would it know?
Does it know
about-
where he is though? Can it like
No.
come to him?
Oh my God.
No, it
So
can't.
I'm gonna have to
It-
roleplay as a lost, handcuffed kobold and
Uh,
a bird.
All right, so here were
Yes.
the
You also
orders
have
I
to
gave.
decide you have to decide what that kobold thinks of the group and what he was going to
No,
do.
yeah.
We all
I
just
kinda know.
disappeared.
Here are the orders I gave the bird: fly down this cave, or fly down this tunnel, and if you meet any hostiles, flee. Those were the orders.
This is what the kobold sees when he turns around the corner: a bunch of dead goblins, dead Averill, and some dead hobgoblins, and none of our bodies.
No, no
Good,
one,
none of us are
none
there.
of the group.
And lots of extra pools of blood where there aren't bodies.
Yeah,
I don't
It's like-
even know if that would be noticeable at this point.
Possibly,
He's-
like Ulf was bleeding on the ground for
Oh my
two
God.
rounds, and so was Kass.
Well, no, Ulf wasn't even bleeding. He was burned.
Oh yeah, that's
This
rough.
is such
Especially
a-
considering I didn't heal him back up very far. So those
Wow.
burns are still deep. And you were
Well,
mainly
and I
burned as
got
well, right?
Yeah,
you,
shot.
you weren't
I was-
you weren't hit. You were burned.
I was
also.
only burned.
I
So
was
you're-
also only
You're
burned.
actually burned within an inch of your life right now.
Yeah.
I just like to think.
This group needs some aloe vera.
I just like to think that like with.
I'm thinking that we're gonna be in jail next session
That's fine.
if they don't decide to just kill us.
I like to think about Nox, like the moment when everyone else disappeared, you know, and then she probably like I like to imagine that maybe she looked over her shoulder thinking of Grizzles and I was like, well, screw
No,
it.
she didn't think of him at all.
Yeah, that
was gonna
makes
say,
sense.
yeah.
Her thought was, do I follow them now, or do I try to rest and then follow them?
And you're like almost dead.
You have
and you're
one
just like,
health.
nope,
yeah.
following.
That's actually crazy.
Like
I
mechanically,
can-
there's no detriment to being almost dead, but if you roleplay, you're like almost unconscious
Does
right
your
now.
I know.
Do I join into the death party?
Like you probably
Or do I
partially
wait
just
and
went
have
because
my
you
own
don't even know what's
personal
going on
death party?
anymore.
Is
Well, it's
this-
like she would have to make her way. She would have to rest in this cave and hope she doesn't get attacked by the other group or some other group that wanders in, and then either follow after that while the still injured party has had an hour or more wherever they are, and then either like make her way out of this or teleport and hope that people are still around that she can find them.
I'm real upset that
So
I used
it's
both
like-
of my second level slots
And
because I
also,
don't have invisibility
You
anymore.
also pulled it out like, hey, I can teleport there too. Guaranteed, if you didn't teleport right away, there would just be like a guard set up for whenever you arrived.
Yeah.
So I will say that like I already know what is on the other side of the portal. So like regardless
That's
what
good.
like regardless of what it is, don't think that I'm like changing it. I already know what's there. So just so you don't
200
just
I really hope
Like-
whoever we're like
just so you don't accuse
Strangle
me of
hugging to
making
death
it easier
is
or making it
important
harder,
enough.
you know.
100%.
They're
I'm
a
expecting
fifth
this to
level
be like
spellcaster. They're important enough as far as I'm concerned.
So Nox, you got, did you get a temporary HP back or whatever?
What?
You had the temporary HP as well, right?
Yes.
And that would have come back. So you're not, you have 1 plus the temporary HP. So you're not
Yes.
like that.
Yeah, 1 plus
down.
3.
Well,
you
you
like-
see that it's
for
going
like
to run
10
out
more
in about 20
seconds?
seconds.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I'm also at 4 HP too, so
Yeah, well, I mean,
Or
this
I'm,
is,
I'm
I'm pretty
fine.
much tapped out of
Hurting.
spell slots, and I'm worthless other than support. So
I've got my lay on hands and 1 spell slot left.
I have
Yeah.
a second level spell slot and a first level spell slot. I can get another first level if I rest for an
I
hour.
think we've went over this, but if you die and then come back, I don't come back with stuff, yeah?
No.
no, not just from being knocked
Get
down.
a
Maybe,
rest.
I don't even think full death
you would
does
have,
that.
you
I
actually
didn't-
have
I
to
didn't
rest.
have a-
Being unconscious isn't counting as resting either.
Yeah.
I didn't have a good chat with my god while I was dead, yeah, and then like
Yeah. And you weren't dead, you were just dying, you know.
well, hopefully this completes this part of my trial.
You know, admittedly, I could have said that I wasn't touching
Yo.
anyone at the end of my turn,
What
but
about your-
I've done this to myself.
Wait, it
Everyone
sounds
else was
like-
apparently teleporting, so
What about the monk that trails Kass?
Is he going to take care of the kobold?
You know, I'm gonna figure that out. But to be honest, he
you
already.
have 3 NPCs to figure out here.
He-
So.
Yo, what
Well,
if
the
I
bird
just-
has specific orders that it has to follow.
like if I'm being real here, I definitely shouldn't have been touching the rest of the group, especially since Nox had an extra teleport thing. We could have like at least waited a couple of
100%.
seconds, and I could have healed her instead of us all just going immediately.
So,
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
But you
yeah.
know what? It's probably better this way. This is probably more what our characters would do in this situation anyway. But
I mean, in any case, that was definitely like hands down the most intense way that we ended a session in either campaign we've done that I've DM'd. Pretty unexpected, I would say, for me at least.
2 characters almost guaranteed 1 hit from death. 1 just brought back from being downed immediately before.
So I will say,
1
like,
at full HP.
I will say it was very obvious that this magic user was also pretty close to
That
death.
what?
It was you guys all would have seen that this magic user is also looking pretty bad, I would say.
I mean,
They
they
got
were
hit a bunch.
resorting to fake threats. Or to threats that pose no real consequence.
But
Yeah.
I like that Google in the windows on the stream.
oh god, I was gonna open up Twitch to see who I can host, but yeah, that's funny.
There's just a Google front page thing here.
Yeah, well that.
Oh, I see
Yeah, it's a
Twitter.
good thing.
I see
It's a
Reddit.
good-
I
it's a
see
good
my
thing you
something.
haven't, it's a good thing you haven't been
Porn.
recently browsing stuff
Wow,
that might show up in your recommended boxes.
that's funny.
See, that's why I go incognito.
Yeah, but that still doesn't stop it from streaming over the internet.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
I mean,
I'm gonna
Incognito
end the
just
stream. We
the
can
way
keep
to go
talking
forever,
about
always.
stuff.
Yeah, whenever
But,
you're
I
searching,
I think we're going to keep talking
going
about it.
Yeah,
either way, so.
we're gonna keep talking about stuff. But I'm gonna end the stream here. So thanks for watching. This went a lot longer than expected, of course, but that's okay. It's better than was shorter than expected. So, so thanks for watching. If you're watching us on YouTube, which at this point, if you're watching it, you definitely are because no one's watching on the stream. And I will, or we will see you next week when we will figure out what the heck is going to happen here.
Yeah, feel free to stop by my YouTube channel, youtube.com/DolanDark.
Yeah.
Got a lot of good top 10s there.
Yeah. All right. Bye bye.
God.